Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Hey Sandra, how are you? Hey Shells, hey Jingle Balls. Hey Sean, how are you? Emerald Queen and 9mm, how are y'all? Hey Julie, Sandra Stevens and Jan Martin, how are y'all? All right, I'm trying to get all my stuff pulled up here real quick. 1 second. Hey the Post Office Prince, how are you? And Princess Megan, how are you doing? Just Ann is doing a little bit better. It's not as bad as it was last night. Hey Jim J. Hey Michelle, how are you? Hey Headphones, how are you doing? Wait, check out Corner Club's latest tweet. I haven't saw their tweet. Hold on. I have to find their thing on Twitter. Let's see. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Their latest one? Okay, so suspect was not and has not been here. No one was removed from the bar the evening of the incident and stopped calling us. Oh well. Okay. Well, they're claiming that Bryan Kohberger wasn't there the night of the incident. So, True Crime Insight, how are you? Hey, Sharon King. Yeah, Princess, it's been raining all day today. Our entire road is flooded. We've had tornado warnings to the north and to the south of us. Irene, how are you? Hey, Ray. So it's just been a mess all day today, and it's supposed to rain the rest of tonight and like till 11 o'clock in the morning. So I'm sure the flooding will get worse. All right, I need to find my email real quick on here. Let me go ahead and drop it. Oh, wait, here it is. So I go ahead and pin that. That way, if anybody needs to get in touch with me. Hey, Billy, how are you? All right, y'all, give me 1 second. So I want to pull up some screenshots that I have real quick. Let's see, I call it. He didn't want to anything to trace back. Mm, okay. So has anybody saw the the screenshots from the video of the vigil at the college? Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull him up here real quick because there was a guy that was at oh shit, hold on. I'm on the wrong thing. Wait, can we have a new Twitter link? Nightbot has it wrong? Okay, hold on. That's the right Twitter link. I just went to it. But I mean, I can grab it and put it back into Nightbot, but that's the one that it's supposed to be. Nightbot is having issues. Okay, hold on. Let me go to Nightbot real quick and I'll change it. But anyway, there are some pictures of a guy at the Vigil. Okay, it looks fine. Okay, well then I won't worry about messing with it then. But there's a guy that was at the Vigil at the college for the kids, and he looks exactly like Bryan Kohberger. Hey Ken, how are you? Honda Civic, how are you tonight? All right, hold on, y'all. I gotta cut the air on it. It's hot in here. Give me just 1 second. Okay. All right, let's see if I can do this. Share screen. Hey Tampa, how are you? All right, let's see if this is gonna work right. Is that link working for everyone? Hey B, how are you? I have other pictures, but this was like the first one that I pulled up. Hey Rogue Mama, how are you doing? Well, y'all remember that Kaylee's dad said something about that he wouldn't be surprised if the person who did it was there that night. And I don't know if this is him for sure because you can't never see his face, but it looks just like him. Let's see. There's some more. I got another monitor in here and it's not sitting right or something. I know, Princess, he does me too. Give me a second, y'all. All right, so put a one in the chat if y'all think it's him. And put a two if you think that it's not. All right, so yeah, there's no pictures that shows his face head on. Let's see, I don't think so. He's not carrying a knife. I wish we would have had a video showing how he walked, like how the actual Brian Kohberger walks, because there is a video where he just walks across in front of the camera, but I mean, we don't have anything to compare it to. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay. We're having to keep an eye on the weather here too, so alright, so there's, like, I think 4 or 5 different pictures that we have. Alright, so some of y'all are thinking that it's him, some no, some are unsure. I wish there would have been a better hold on, I gotta scoot this over. Hold on one second, I gotta look at the weather real quick. Okay. So, I don't know. It looks a lot like him, but it's hard to tell if it's him or not. And he was there, he was walking around by himself. Um, he just basically walks in front of where the camera's at, like one side of the camera to the other side, and then you can't see him after that. Yeah, he was by himself. I did, from what I could see, just the little bit of time he was on the camera, you can't, you don't see him talking to anybody. He really doesn't even look at anyone really. He just kind of like walks on across. But that's the only picture that we have. It's like a good side by side of him. But like I said, there was no directly in front of his face picture or from the video, so it's hard to tell. When did he leave it? I want to say Vixen that they said he left on the 13th on his way home, and I believe he got home on the 17th. On the 16th, they stopped and got some type of repair work done on their vehicle. Him and his dad. I believe it's him, but like I said, you can't say 100% because of it being, there's no face front face picture from the video. And Irene, thank you so much. And she says, I keep you and yours safe, LSCC. Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. Hopefully it won't, the weather won't do bad tonight. Hopefully. You're welcome, Dixon. Hey, Vinny D, how are you? Okay, so let's see. Do you think this will go to trial? I hope it does. So you need a side pic of him. Do we have a side pic of him? Let me see. Hold on. I have, let's see if I got a side pic of him in this folder. No, I don't. In any of the pictures that I've seen of him, it's been mostly like his yearbook pictures. There's his, was it his Instagram account? The picture on there. I don't think there's any side pics of him that I've seen. Run, head shape, weird looking. Hey, Casey, how are you? His graduation. Yeah, there is the graduation one, the video, but I don't think it's we either need a face, I hope the power did not go out. My lights are blinking, y'all. I hope we need either a complete side picture of him. Hey, Deal, how are you? Or we need a front facing picture of him from the Vigil. Blues, I am too. I really hope that it's televised. Werewolf Queen, thank you so much. And she said, Freddie the cat says hi, pics coming. Okay, thank you, honey. Yeah, he was, Irene, whenever I looked at it or watched it, he literally just kind of like walks from one side of the screen to the other side in front of the camera, and then you don't see him again. Let's see, check email or Twitter. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure this is all of the pictures. And this is a closer up one, but you still can't tell. Hey Scott, how are you? Okay, and that was the family thing, so that ain't nothing to it. So that's the best one I have of him side by side. The guy that was in the video did walk funny. I did notice that. Hey, Collins Avenue, how are you? Yeah, King Scarlet has been storming. We've had like strong storms all day today. It's supposed to go all night tonight into the morning. Okay, all right. Dana, how are you? And Charmaine, how are you tonight? Okay, so let me get this off. Hey, Bug. Okay, I need to get this back over to this screen so I can minimize it. Okay, Simple Butterfly, what is your question? Let's see. The pics that I just showed Irene was from the night of the vigil that they had at University of Idaho. Okay. Hey, Living Life, how are you? Yeah, it's supposed to go to like 11 o'clock in the morning here. Okay, can I play him walking? Yeah, I would have to get Troll to find me the email or the video. Hold on one second. Let me see if he can find it. Okay, so he's got to find the video and then he's going to email it to me. Hey, Big Al, how are you? Jody is cool. How are you? Uh, Cricket's in the room. How are you tonight? Okay, was it confirmed that he was a TA or is it no, Michael, it was confirmed that he was a TA. Um, there was several of his students, and I believe I have one video um on my list to play tonight that is of one of the students that he taught, and the student is explaining how he used to be really strict, like as far as grading and stuff like that. And then once the murders happened, um, he wasn't as strict anymore. So the way these people are explaining him and the way he was acting before and after, it's almost like it made him feel good. Like he was very, uh, I don't know what the right word. I'm just going to use the word grouchy before, and then okay, am I still cutting out? Okay, can y'all hear me? Okay, still cutting out. Okay, I'm good. All right. But anyway, it was like he w he was grouchy before he done the murders, but then after he did it, it's almost like he got a high off of it, and it made him feel good, and they said that his Vixen, that's okay, and that it made him feel good. It's the way they were explaining it. Let's see, he wanted to get caught for notoriety. Yeah, uh, I'm still thinking this guy, like, he's eating all this up, y'all, honestly. Sample sent video and timestamp. Okay, so hold on. Troll, hold on one second because we hey, hold on one second because somebody else sent it to me. I gotta go to my email real quick, y'all. I think it's like the 7 minute, 15-second mark or something like that. I was on double speed to catch up. Okay, no problem, Dixon. Alright. Hold on, what is this? Email that I'm a little about Idaho, and you won't believe how it's handled. Um, True Crime Insight, are you still in here? I just got your email and your message. And once I'm done with the live tonight, I can get back with you, okay? Big Al, thank you so much for becoming a member and welcome to the family. Paper, I hope he does, but I mean, is he really gonna do that? Oh, Big Al, thank you so much for gifting the 5 memberships. That was very nice of you. Thank you. And Big Al says Merry Christmas to everyone who got the membership gifted to them. Okay, so all right. Sinful Butterfly, here we go. Let me get it pulled up here. And I want to say it whenever I was watching it earlier, I believe it's 7 minute 7:18. Okay. All right. So let me get it pulled up here first to the 7 minutes. Wait, I can't see what that is. No, I'm going too far. Give me a second. I want to get it all pulled up here before 7:18. All right. All right. Y'all give me just 1 second because I can't see. I got another monitor in here hooked to my computer, but it's hard to. It's still hard because I got to get it set up on something where I can see it better. Hey, Fern, how are you? Okay, I'm gonna play it in a slower speed so y'all can see this guy and how he walks. He has a very weird walk. Let me get it all fixed. Oh, don't tell me I just exit off the damn thing. Son of a bitch. Give me a second. I gotta go back to it because I just clicked off of it. No, I need to go back. All right. This is about a bunch of bullshit, y'all. Oh, Carrie, thank you so much for the super sticker. It says super effective. Thank you, honey. That was very nice of you. Thank you. Okay. Problem exists between keyboard and chair. Yeah. Okay. Now, let me see if I can get it pulled up here because I'm not used to having the extra screen. That's my problem. So I'm trying to get used to it. So you're gonna have to bear with me just a second. All right. I think this okay. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. We love having you in the chat with us. All right. So this dude is gonna have on a blue jacket and he's walking very funny. I know, Big Al. I remember you telling me you had like 13 of them. Um, I just figured out how to get this one set up, hooked up to my laptop. I have another one. I just got to find a cord for it. I just got to get used to it because I'm not used to having two of them. Alright, y'all, here we go, and I've slowed it down a little bit too. I need to make it slower after this time I can, but you'll see him walk across here. Okay, and it's at, like, the 7:15 mark. I couldn't get it on or 7:18 mark. I couldn't get it on exactly, the 7-minute, 18-second mark, so he should be coming through here. There he goes. And he just casually walks across there, looking around, and that's about it. And he doesn't talk to anybody? Hold on, let me back it up. Oh, shit. Let's start it right there. He doesn't talk to anybody. He just basically looks around and just walks, like, out of I don't know where he was going to or if he was no, Jason, it's not confirmed that it's him, but it looks a lot like him. And see, he walks on out of the frame. So did y'all see his walk? I'm gonna back it up one more time. Shit. Where am I at? This should be it right here. Just watch how he walks. Very, very just it's not an it's almost like he bounces as he walks a little bit, like he may have like a limp or something like that. It's a very weird. If you remember though, Kaylee's dad does say that it wouldn't surprise him if the person who did it was there. I have no way of zooming in. I don't think I can. No, I can't zoom in on it any. Let's try it like this. Shit, now I'm not gonna be able to back it up. Wait, let's see. All right. I don't know if y'all can see it any better with like this. It's almost like as he walks, he throws his left leg or his left foot over in front of his right foot. Very creepy. Okay. Now I gotta get it off the dang. There we go. Okay. He has SK bump knee. Yeah, he's just very awkward walk. Almost like he has a bounce to him a little bit, maybe like a limp type walk, but it also looks like he throws his left foot in front of his right one as he's walking. Okay, so Crime Crazy, I do know that there was, I know 9mm, I believe, was one of them, but there was 2 other people that had left a comment, um, was asking about how to get into the group, but I can't remember who it is. But I left a comment under both of theirs to, uh, that I would get you to send them an invite. So we may have to go back and look and see, who it was. Hey, Stone Gator, how are you? And it might have been a little bit choppy for people tonight. I seen I forgot who it was, I did see somebody say it was buffering or whatever. I have the resolution cut all the way down, but it's probably my internet. Yes, he was walking with his hands in his pocket. Uh, yeah, I don't know how cold it was that night, but, I mean, I see everybody else with beanies and hoodies and all that on, so I'm sure it was cold, but, yeah, his hands were in his pocket. He didn't talk to anybody, he really didn't look at anybody, he just kinda, like, as he was walking across the field there, it was like he was scanning the room to see where everybody was at or to see if he knew someone that was there. Okay, so 9 millimeter. Okay, did you send me okay, and I'll have to go back, Crime Crazy and find out who the other 2 people were. I just remember them asking about it. I think one was John B, I think was his name. I remember 9 millimeter saying something about it, and I can't remember who the other person was. Um, but I'll have to go back because I did put on there that I was gonna yes, it was James. Okay, I'm gonna slow this down all the way. I don't know if y'all can hear the thunder, y'all. It's getting loud here. All right, let me pause this. Okay, and we're gonna watch this one more time. I gotta slow it down all the way. Here we go. All right. What the hell did it do? Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, give me a second, y'all. I don't know what I just did. This is not what I wanted, but I guess we're gonna play it like this. Playback. All right. So I've got it as slow as it'll go. Okay, I have thunder and lightning, so and yes. Yeah, Jan, it's really bad here right now. The weather is. Okay, so he should be coming up here in just a second. It's like the 7:19 mark. There he goes. And see how he walks? He's just got, I don't know, like a not normal type looking walk. Let's see. I missed Jim's. This day, the vigil here at the school. Now, the memorial was the day that he was arrested. It was the 30th of December. But the vigil that they had at the school, does anybody remember what day that was on? Yeah, the memorial was the day he got arrested, but the vigil, it was after Thanksgiving, November the 30th. Thank you, Simple Butterfly. Wait, is the video frozen? Hold on. Let me go. Oh my god, I went back too far, y'all. Okay. It's probably my internet. Hold on just a second. No, it shows it's still up. Okay, I got it paused right now. Alright, so let's see if it'll play now. Okay. So let's see, the murders happened on the 13th, so almost what would that have been? 18 days? Alright, I'm gonna play this one more time, then I'm gonna bring it down because the weather's doing so bad here that it may not play for y'all. I can't tell if it's even moving on the screen. Okay, if you'd like, I can show you how to just download the YouTube videos so you can play them. I can download them. I had to get premium to do so. But this one here, all I had for this one was just the screenshots, and then someone had emailed it to me, so I guess I should have downloaded it first. Alright, so let me get it off of here. One thing is our weather is so bad here, and can you email it to me, Big Al, how to do that? That way I don't have to write it down as you're telling me? Or if you want to, I can drop the link for you if you wanna come up. Oh, shit, what is this? Oh, this is the email, hold on, let me get it. Trying to get everything off of my see, not the YouTube. Yeah, I can't send it. Okay, my email is pinned at the top of the chat. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let me make sure I don't have anything else in my email so I can go ahead and exit out of it. So yeah, I got premium so I could download them, and I didn't even think about downloading it, which would have made better sense. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna read. I got a couple of articles. I also have a couple of different videos to play. I just need to see what the weather is gonna do because it's probably gonna cause issues with the videos tonight. See, I'm listening to y'all. I'm sorry, kiddo's having a rough night. Is she okay, white widow baby? All right, let me see. I've so got to get used to this other screen. It's not even funny, y'all. Uh, who am I looking for? Look at the patterns. Okay. I hope she's okay. All right, and I'm gonna throw the link out as well if anybody wants to come up. Today is the day. How are you? And hot pink jalapenos. How are you? Wait, people need to know his sister made a slasher movie? So wait, hot pink jalapenos. You're talking about Bryan Kohberger's sister made one? Hey Johnny, how are you? Just discovered your channel, new subscriber. You have a great accent too. I love when you say y'all. Oh, well, thank you, Johnny, and thank you for coming and joining us. All right, Sway, you have a good night. Okay, go back and chat. You will see what I wrote. Okay, let me go back up real quick, y'all, and see if I can find it. Okay, thanks. I've been watched. Wait, summer just have said anything in chat. Okay, let me go up that. It may be too far up now that I can't find it. Oh, wait. Okay, so creepy, isn't it? Google 2 days back movie. I just came across it. It is Bryan's Sisters, a slasher movie in the woods being sold on Amazon for 99 cents. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna write this down. Give me just a second, y'all. And then I'll get into the 2 days back. All right. Hot Pink, which one of his sisters is this? Okay. Okay, it's his sister Amanda. Okay. All right. I will have to look that up, but I'm not paying no 99 cents on Amazon, y'all. They are just I'm sorry, I'm not giving them no money. Thank you. Today is the day. Sweet Melissa, how are you? Now, James, he's actually got 2 sisters. Amanda is one of them, and, I'd have to pull up his family tree, but he's got 2 sisters, and both of them are counselors. Sweet Melissa, it's feeling better, my throat is. It's not as bad as what it was. Wait, send me the link and I will get it and give you wait, give me your password to what now, millimeter? Let's see. It has a preview. I won't either. That's not the point. The point it influenced him back into the. Yeah, that is just weird that she has a slasher movie. I'm trying to figure out. Sisters are Amanda and Melissa. Okay, thank you. I kept wanting to say Maria, but I wasn't sure. Oh, now millimeter. I have Amazon Prime. I just refuse to pay the money to them. Like I'm not giving the people no money. I mean, I'll look the movie up and if there's like a trailer or something like that, I'll check that part out, but yeah, I'm not even giving them 99 cents. Alright, so let me get into this, and I should be able to read this better since it's on this other screen too. I just gotta get it fixed where I can see it a little bit better. Dude has sisters, show low women. Yes, that is true, but he doesn't. I mean, the guy at the brewery in Pennsylvania was talking about how he, talked bad to women and called them names and it's just very disrespectful. And then he goes and does what he done to Kaylee, Maddie, and Xana. And now, sweet Melissa, it's just our weather. Like for the 2 or 3 days that we were without power, it was like 11 and 12 degrees. And then a day or two later, it went up to 70 degrees. And so that's all it was just the weather changing. I've got mail. Okay, let me make sure that I got it. Uh, Big Al, yes, I did. Thank you, Big Al. That should make it a lot easier. All right, so let's see. Just paste the link for the video to the site. Read before click because it's click actually follow click. Okay, thank you for sending that to me. Okay. All right, so True Crime Insight. I got your other email, the one that you sent to me. Hold on just a second, y'all. Okay. So you can use it to strip the audio from the video. Oh, cool. Thank you so much, Big Al. Yeah, there is somebody, I guess it's my son out there. He's walking around with a light. Scared the shit out of me. I didn't even know he was outside. Let's see. I got a site where I can watch any movie for free. I used to have a site. I forget what it was called. We used to watch all kind of movies, for free. Now I just wait for them to come out on Netflix or whatever. The name of the movie is called 2 Days Back. Here, I'll put it in chat for y'all. Let's see, play the trailer on YouTube. Okay. Hot Pink, once I get through this article that I have pulled up, and then I'll go and I'll pull up the trailer for all of us to watch. Let me make a note because I'll forget it. All right, so let me get through this one real quick. That way I can go ahead and exit off of this and get it out of my way. So it says, look at the pattern. Former FBI special agent details how officials identified suspect in the Idaho slaying. So officials have made an arrest in the fatal stabbings of the four University of Idaho students after a week-long search that garnered national attention. On November the 13th, the four students, later identified as Ethan, Madison, Xana, and Kaylee, were found dead in an off-campus rental home in Moscow, Idaho, authorities say. Autopsies revealed that the four students died after being stabbed, and their manner of death was ruled a homicide. As the students' murders left the university grieving around the holidays, frustrations grew as weeks went by without a suspect in custody, and the community called on police to clarify details. Nearly 7 weeks after the students were fatally stabbed, 28-year-old Bryan Christopher Kohberger was taken into custody by local police and FBI agents at a home belonging to his parents in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. Kohberger has been charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and felony burglary, officials say. Retired supervisory special agent of the FBI, Scott Duffy, joined Good Day Philadelphia to discuss the case and how investigators pinpointed Kohberger. Duffy says while little information has come from police as the investigation continues, people with knowledge of the case signaled that forensic evidence helped investigators find a suspect. The Associated Press reported through a source that Kohberger's arrest came after DNA matched genetic material found at the crime scene. I'll be glad whenever the probable cause affidavit comes out so we can see what all they had in order to arrest him. All right, so that means if we have enough data, we have enough cousins, enough matches, we can eventually narrow it down to just one family and often just one individual. Genetic genealogist C.C. Moore told Fox 29's Chris O'Connell. Sorry. Police received thousands of tips when they announced that they were searching for a 2011 to 2013 white Hyundai Elantra that was spotted near the student's home, according to Duffy. He says a car of that make and model was discovered at Kohberger's parents' home in Pennsylvania after surveilling the home and the suspect's location. In a television interview, Kohberger's attorney Jason Labar claimed that Bryan and his father were twice pulled over during their 2,500-mile road trip weeks after the alleged murders. So allegedly, he was pulled over 2 times in Indiana. One was for speeding, and one was because he was following too close to the car that was in front of him. Now, they were looking for this 2011 to 2013 white Hyundai Elantra. Um, his, of course, was a 2015, but I wonder if they put a bolo out to all of, like, that. I doubt they did, but I'm just curious. If they put one out to all of, like, everywhere in the nation, um, to be on the lookout for this type of car and for whatever reason, and then if it when they got stopped and it came back, it was a 2015, is that why it didn't tip police off? So according to Duffy, agents look for patterns and special characteristics in suspects when working cases like this. You look at the pattern, then you go through all of those who have been identified in the prior incidents, and And there's that social awkwardness. There's that inability to hold down a relationship, and law enforcement had done the exact same thing here. While no speculation or information has been shared by authorities about a possible motive for the slayings, Duffy believes that Kohberger has some connection to the four slain students. Motive is important to understand. The motive goes into, is it pre planned? Is it a moment of spontaneity? Duffy said, I would absolutely have to imagine that he has some connection, whether it be physical connection, that he had been in that house, that he had dated, that he had been to a party. Okay, and then this is just the timeline that they had put together. So it shows the 12th at like 8:57. Kaylee uploads photos to Instagram between 10 and 10:30 or 10 and 1:30. Maddie and Kaylee were both at the corner club. All right, and then into the morning of the 13th at 1 a.m. Let's see, it says two surviving roommates return home by this time. 1:40, Kaylee and Maddie are seen on video at the local vendor, the Grub Truck. 1:45, Ethan and Xana return home. 1:56, Kaylee and Maddie use a private party for a ride home. 2:26 to 2:52, Kaylee and Maddie can make call a male several times who doesn't answer, later ID'd as Kaylee's longtime boyfriend until recent breakup. Then there's nothing else until 11:58 when 911 calls requested aid for the unconscious person. The 14th, they officially identify the victims. 17th, the autopsies are conducted. This December the 7th is when the police put the word out about the 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra. Um, and it says, note how the occupant or occupants of the vehicle may have crucial information to share. Then on December the 30th, a suspect in his mid-20s taken into custody. Law enforcement sources reveal police plan afternoon press conference. All right. I believe that was. Oh no, it's not. Okay, so his ties to Pennsylvania include studies at Northampton Community College and DeSales University and incidents at a local bar. According to Jordan Shornick, a bar owner in Bethlehem, said that he knew the suspect only as Bryan and from where he used to come into the bar while at DeSales University. Shornick, and I'm probably saying that guy's last name wrong, y'all. If I am, I do apologize. It says that Kohberger threatened female employees and harassed female customers during the times that he came to the bar. All right, I don't know if I can see all. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, so this is the Jordan Sherlnick guy. He's the one that owns the bar in Pennsylvania, and he put this statement out on Facebook, and I'm gonna read it real quick. So it says, okay, so let me address this and just be done. I'm sure by now that you've seen me on Daily Mail, NBC, CNN, Fox News, New York Post, TikTok, Yahoo News, and any other network desperate for views. You've seen that Bryan Kohberger, the alleged Idaho murderer, came into the brewery a few times back when he was going to the DeSales University back in 2020 and 2021. He paid with cash whenever he came in, so we have never had a transaction history with him. Our cameras automatically record over old footage after a few months if it's not extracted. It was years ago. I recognized him and we simply knew him as Bryan. Yes, he threatened female employees and yes, he harassed female customers. The last time I saw him, I walked up and let him know that his actions won't be tolerated and that if he continued, I'd kick him out and contact the police. He left without incident and he never came back. I have people calling me, screaming at me, saying it's illegal to take notes on customers and I'm violating their privacy. And when they come in and they never want to come back, it's if that's how we operate. You're wrong. Incident reports are legal documents provided to us from the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board designed to cover yourself anytime there is an alcohol related incident. When someone drinks our alcohol, threatens our staff, harasses our customers, it is a potential threat that we document all of it. No, I don't have the time, nor do I care to take notes on every single person who comes through our doors. Hundreds of people a day, really, that's insane. You're insane. I'm 100% committed to operating a safe, responsible, healthy, comfortable environment for everyone at the brewery. Violate that, and I have zero reservations confronting you. Don't like it, don't come. Stop calling me and complaining. I can assure you that I don't care. Call the PLCB and complain to them about requiring me to keep records. I'd rather do anything else other than fill out legal documents. To the news networks reaching out physically at the brewery or thinking about reaching out, this is my official statement. I have nothing else to say about a handful of interactions that happened years ago. I am not a psychologist. I don't know anyone's motives. I'm not going to speculate, and from what I remember, he was a disrespectful dweeb that we handled swiftly and professionally. Thank you to our vigilant staff who are always aware of their surroundings and bring up any issue that may arise. That's it. To anyone who thinks that they can come into my establishment and cause any issues, we don't tolerate it. Try me, the end. So that's the guy that owns the bar there in Pennsylvania where Bryan Kohberger was harassing the females. Bravo, buy that bar owner a beer. I mean, yeah, because if you have a place like that, you can't have people coming in, harassing people and all that. That's just, you can't handle business like that. Hey, exit screaming, how are you? I mean, yeah, that's just, like any business. And if you have employees in there, you have to take care of your employees. You can't have a customer or anything like that. All right. And then also, and I will bring this up because somebody did tell me as soon as I went live to look what the Corner Club put on Twitter. So let me go back to it. And I would assume, I mean, you have a bar, people are drinking. Some people want to get hot headed whenever they're drunk or get an attitude or whatever. So you have to kind of be strict on that too. Like, they want to start a fight or this and that, they got to go. Okay. All right. I'm gonna show this, and then there's one other thing that I want. Well, I have several other things, but there's something uh that I want to tell y'all as well, because I'm sure y'all have probably saw the news article about it. Okay, so this is the Corner Club in Moscow where Kaylee and Maddie were at that night, and it says they put this out 2 hours ago. So the suspect was not and has not been here. No one was removed from the bar that evening of the incident. Stop calling us. Now, I don't know where they got that, if like why the rumor was started, who started the rumor. But if y'all remember correctly, it was started to begin with that hoodie guy was the one that got thrown out of the bar that night, and he sat outside the corner club until the girls left, and then he walked home with them. Then it was said after that that there was a creepy dude that was making the girls feel uncomfortable, and so they kicked him out. And then I brought up the issue last night, I believe it was, well, what if the creepy dude that was kicked out, I wonder if that was, uh, the Bryan Kohberger dude. Hey, Vaughn, how are you? But they are saying, and I'm gonna follow them because I didn't even think about them having a Twitter account. And I'm also gonna like it, and I'm gonna retweet it because, if that's the truth, then that needs to be addressed. Okay. Now, okay, I can exit off this. There was an article that the Daily Mail had put out, and it was saying, wait, I had a creepy dude on Saturday night. Okay. So there was an article that the Daily Mail put out saying that Bryan Kohberger was exposing himself to female guards and a female inmate at the jail where he's at. He's screaming at them, telling them that they come in his cell, he's gonna cut 'em. He's singing, violent rap lyrics while in there and all this and that. Well, News Nation put a thing out saying that none of that is true. So, I had the thing pulled up tonight, I was gonna read it. I read over it, was trying to decide if I wanted to read it tonight, but I don't think that I am. It's it's I don't think that there's any guard or any personnel at the jail that's gonna leak that type of information. Street Legal, how are you? Hey, Lady V, and hey, Pantizzi, how are y'all? Slap, how are you? Let's see. Want a good drink to knock you off your Astra and adios. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Mom Bear, that was I, like I said, I was gonna read it, and then I was just like, no, I'm not going to. Like, I just don't think um, that any personnel like that is gonna release that type of information. I mean, they may release something, like, they may leak something here and there, but I don't think they're gonna leak some big thing, that he's in his jail cell rapping violent lyrics. He's exposing himself to female guards and female, uh, inmates, which didn't make sense to me because wouldn't they keep a female inmate away from a male inmate? And then he was exposing himself to the female guards. Let's see. No, no millimeter. I haven't saw him today. So, I mean, more than likely that shit is not the truth. You know how rumors are. Somebody, I wouldn't doubt if somebody from the jail might have said that, but to get a story sold, but I just don't think that it's true. Okay. The detective on the show today said the men and women are not together. That's what I'm saying, Sandra. I don't think that they would have had a female inmate near him. Um, hey Terry, how are you? That was like number one thing that stood out, a female inmate next to him, especially if the crime that he has been accused of committing. Okay. And also JLR did call while he was on a video. He did a video as he was calling because he was asking about like when would he be able to have visitors or when his visitation times or whatever is. And they said that he can't have visitors for 7 days because he's in quarantine. So I'm sure they don't even have him around um any other inmates anyway. Okay. Let's see, female inmate released and did an interview. Okay. Well, that is just I mean, I don't know. This and then I also heard they were feeding him vegan food. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link if anybody wants to come up. I do have other videos to play. I'm just thinking that with the weather doing the way it is, it's probably not gonna work very well tonight. But I may go ahead and try though. Give him a hot dog. Alright, let me see if I can try to play a video for y'all. Let's see. Let me get it pulled up here. I mean, I can understand the vegan meals if it was a religious thing, or if it was medically necessary. Okay, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I would completely understand that. But this dude is Catholic, so it doesn't have anything to do with, um let me check my email. Let me check real quick, billing, see if I got it. So it doesn't have anything to do with a religion, so that X's that out. And I don't think he has any health issues to where he has to eat vegan food. So, um, hopefully, when he gets to Idaho, they don't accommodate his vegan lifestyle because, all right, true crime office, I'm bringing you up. Um, because if it's not a religious thing, or if it's not medically necessary, then what is the point of accommodating him? The only thing that he needs is a bed to lay his head on, which he doesn't deserve that, and his 3 meals a day. Eat what they give you or do without is what I would have to tell him. Alright, True Crime Insight, can you hear me?
I sure can. Can you hear me?
Okay, I cannot hear her. Can y'all hear her? Because I can't.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Let's see. Can y'all hear True Crime Insight? I cannot hear her. Why can I not hear her? Hold on.
Let me go out and try again.
Why can I not hear her? Oh, shit. Hold on one second. Hold on, let me check her thing real quick because I can see her little thing when she's talking, but I can't hear nothing she's saying. I don't know why. Okay, say something else, True Crime. I don't know why. No, I'm not muted. Okay, but now she's not saying anything at all. This is weird. I don't understand. Yeah, she's not talking now because I could see her little thing around her picture, but I don't see her saying anything. She rebooted. Okay. Well, we'll have to see. Okay, she dropped down, so we'll have to see if she comes back up. I don't know why I couldn't hear her. Okay, let's see. So she was going out and coming back in. Okay. All right. Well, maybe she will. That was weird. Give me just 1 second, y'all. I need to. Okay, so True Crime, I'm bringing you up. And then King Scarlet, I'm bringing you up.
Let's see. Can you hear me this time?
Okay, hold on 1 second. Why is this playing through this? This shouldn't do this. Hold on. Okay. I guess it's just gonna have to play like this. Maybe it won't do an echo.
Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I have you on my Bluetooth. Yeah, you're on Bluetooth.
Okay, so why the hell is it playing through the other monitor? I guess I'm gonna have to. Hold on, I'm gonna have to unplug the monitor, y'all, because I can't have this playing through that monitor. Okay. Now, one of y'all say something so I can make sure I got it right.
Can you hear me, Scarlett?
Okay, can y'all hear me?
I can
I
hear you.
I can hear you.
Ain't this about a bunch of shit?
Can you hear me?
All right. So King Scarlet, can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you.
Okay. True Crime Insight, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me this time?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh no, well, I was
perfect.
playing through my other monitor.
Okay, so
Okay.
I just have to tell you about this crazy thing that happened here in Idaho, not too far
Mhm.
from the 4. Okay, so on the 29th, well, I've told you how I slipped, fell, broke my back, right? No. Anyway.
No, I don't think you did.
Okay, so anyway, among everything else, I was coming back from the doctor, and as I'm pulling in to my driveway, it's a highway, but it's the end of the highway, right? As you're entering town.
Mhm.
I have to cross over that. So I'm parked there waiting for the oncoming traffic to go. Finally, it's clear. I pull into the driveway and I hear something
Okay,
to the
your
side.
audio wait, hold on.
Is
True Crime Insight, your audio when as you're talking is making a weird noise.
Let me see if this works better. I took my Bluetooth off. Does that work any better?
Yeah, I don't hear it now.
Okay, I took the Bluetooth off.
Okay.
So as I'm waiting there and I cross over, I go and there's a dumpster right at the side of the driveway. I hear something, I look over and it's a guy threatening me with a gun, right?
Oh damn.
Oh, but that's not the worst of it, right? He starts running for my truck. So I floor it and my phone is mounted, right? So
Mhm.
I just hit 911. I floored it. I pulled in. I got out, ran in my house. They come. He's still there. And he's there with somebody else that just so happens to be the local town drug dealer. Cops
Oh.
come. They're chilling. They ask him if there's any way, or they tell him, they're talking to him. It took about 2.5 hours of going back and forth. There were 6 cops there.
Mhm.
And they claimed that I flipped them off as I was pulling in the driveway. Mind you, I have a cast up to my cuticles, a long arm cast, and I'm driving with the other hand, right?
Mm. Right.
So they asked him, "Can we pat you down?" And he says, "No, I've got a concealed carry." And the other person chimes in and said, "Oh, she flipped him off. I saw her. She started it." Make a long story short, cop comes back after 2 hours. She said, "Dear, I believe everything you said, but we can't do anything because they're saying you flipped him off first and he has a concealed carry." And this person, I know this person,
Mhm.
he tried to kill the sheriff of the next town over at 16, but it was expunged or whatever happens. He's like the town, whatever you want to call it. How he gets I went to the police station. I go to the police station on the
Okay, so hold on, wait 1 second. They're saying that you're and I can hear it too. There's something still up with your audio.
I don't know why. Let me
It
see if I have the internet off.
it only does it whenever you're talking. It's like making a
Clicking sound or
weird
something.
no, it's not a clicking sound. It's like I don't know. It's like it's just a weird noise.
Well, I've had to go into a hotel and that's where I've been staying ever since because the person is still allowed to do what they want to do. But I'll just make this really quick. Um, the officer told me to get a restraining order. By the time they got done, it was 3:58. I buzzed, or no, I went down. It was 3:30. I buzzed down to the courthouse. I filled out the paper. I turned it in at 3:58. They
Mhm.
close at 4 o'clock. Can you still
Mhm.
hear me, or is it still really bad?
I can hear you. It's just like whenever you're talking, it's like a weird noise.
Hmm, I don't understand. All right. So anyway, they closed at 4. I called back at 4:30 and they said it was issued. I'd have to pick it up tomorrow. I go down to the police station to get the report because now I have to go to court and prove my case on the 6th. The police department, I go through the atrium to get into the police department lobby.
Mhm.
There's 2 young girls locked inside crying. I call 911 and I said, "Excuse me, I'm at the police department and there's 2 young girls locked in your lobby. She said, that's not an emergency. We're closed. It's Christmas or it's New Year's Eve. And I'm like, can you get somebody down here to let the girls out? And they're like, they shouldn't be in there anyway, but they sent the sergeant. It's just, and this town is bigger than Moscow.
Mhm.
And
I'm trying
it's
to see
been
if I
kind of a
can.
nightmare. He told me to come and get the records today. I went back there today, and I think my biggest thing is I want to change the laws. You know what I mean? If this person, how could someone like that, who's notorious for crimes and stuff in this town, have a concealed carry for one? And why do, and if they don't consent after pulling a gun on a female,
Right.
that has to change. You know what I mean? I've been staying in a motel because I'm scared to go home,
Mhm.
scared out of my mind to go home until I go to court. And there's nothing that can be done.
Wow, that is crazy.
Mm-hmm. I was totally shocked when I found out when the officers are like, because I mean, the criminals know how to get around it, right? So they made up this lie and said that I flipped them off, which I couldn't. I showed her my cast. I said, how could I have done that? And she said, well, when you go to court, show them. I said, I have a cast from my elbow all the way to my fingertips. How could I have flipped them off while I'm trying to drive across the highway and pull it in? You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I wouldn't mess with it's any person in their right mind wouldn't mess with somebody that they know is that deranged. You know what I mean? That's not my
Right.
character. That's not who I am. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought I don't know if it's an Idaho thing. They told me they told me that he has a right to bear arms no matter what he does. And he has a right. I asked him, can they take away his concealed carry? So at least then the public knows that this person has the gun, right?
Mhm.
He was on Cops too. The TV show Cops, he was on that show resisting arrest.
Oh,
And they
damn.
found drugs in his car. But he's got a right to bear arms and have a concealed carry,
Yeah, that's crazy.
right? So anyhow, it's been drama rama. I just want I'm leaving this town, this state. I've had enough. Even though I was born here, I'm done.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's crazy that, they would allow someone like that to carry a gun and not do anything about it when they pull it on someone for no reason.
Right. And I talked to the sergeant. When they ended up having a sergeant come down to the police station about 45 minutes later, and he let the girls out, and I talked to him about it. I was like, how can he have a concealed carry? I said, look in your records. He tried to kill the sheriff when he was 16.
Mhm.
He tried to murder the sheriff. And he
Wow.
was like, this is astounding to me. And he said, I'm going to look into it. And they still haven't been able to serve him the restraining order. So I can keep it
Mm.
with me, but it's just a piece of paper.
Right. Yeah, I don't
It's
know
just a
what
piece.
is there is something weird going on with your sound.
Okay, hon, I'm
I
going to jump
I
down.
I don't know what it is. But it only does it when you're talking, which is weird.
Hold on real quick. Let me close everything else out.
You may have to are you on a phone or something? You may have to restart it.
How about now? Now that I turned off the YouTube that was in the background,
No,
still doing it?
it's still doing it. It's, like, really bad.
Okay, hon. Okay, I'm gonna jump down, and I just wanted to give you my thoughts on those things, and
Okay.
maybe we
I
can
hate that that
brainstorm.
happened to you, though. That's crazy. Hopefully, they can do something with this dude so he doesn't do that to someone else.
Literally, he's done stuff like these kind of crimes all his life. I think he's like 57,
Oh god.
and I mean, he was on Cops, and it was either in Nevada or in Idaho, and it was about 10 years ago, and they were pulling him out, and he resisted against like 6 cops, and
Mhm.
they found drugs in his car and all those, that type of stuff.
Right.
And yeah, it's
Oh, wow.
crazy. I don't know how they get. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm getting out of Idaho, but legislation, it needs to change. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The
Right.
criminals know these loopholes to get through, and it
Right.
makes me feel unsafe to be here. So I'm gonna jump down. Sorry about the audio, y'all. And
Alright, well, thanks for coming up, and I hope you have a wonderful night, and be safe.
yeah, I'm gonna try. I feel safe in a hotel. That's a
Right,
plus. All right, dear. Have a
right.
good night. Thanks for
Alright, thank you,
listening.
you too. You're
Hmm.
welcome. Okay, let's see. Alright, is King Scarlet still in here? Let me drop the link for her. Okay, I don't know if she's still in here or not, but if she is, I mean, if anybody wants to grab the link, you are more than welcome to come up. Hey, Brown Bear, how are you? Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get this to play a video. Hopefully it'll work. Give me just a second, y'all. Okay. Alright, let me see, because there's like 2 or 3 of them that I wanna play that have been clipped down into, smaller videos. Okay, Joe, let me see. Let's family member speaks out, becomes unhinged on YouTube. Okay, hold on, let me see what this is that Joe sent me. Okay, Joe, I got your email. I'll have to look at the video before I can play it, okay? But thank you for sending it to me. Alright. And somebody else said that they sent me an email, but I didn't get it. I did get Joe's, but there was someone else. Um, Billy, was it you that said that you sent me one? Okay. Alright, give me a second, y'all, because I gotta go through this. Let's see, Idaho murder. Hmm. Give me just a second. Okay, so alright, so it was Billy that sent one. Okay, so Billy, I didn't get your email. Okay, let me see if I can find these emails. And yes, I do have a couple of Cuomo ones that we're gonna play tonight. I know y'all don't, some people don't like him, but I still gotta play them. I gotta find this one. Oh my gosh, they are not in order. Okay, so I'm gonna play this one here first. Kaylee's dad speaks out. Oh my gosh, that was so loud. All right. Okay, so I had to get past the the ad before I brought it up. Yeah, and like I said, I know some people don't like Cuomo, and that's okay, but I've got like 2 or 3 videos of his to play. Alright. Okay, so y'all know the drill. If y'all can't hear it, just put a 1 in the chat.
Monday, January 2nd, this is News Nation Rush Hour, and we start with some brand new details in the shocking arrest and the quadruple murder of 4 college students that's gripped the country. We've been covering it closely from Moscow since the very beginning, and then that major breaking news Friday, an arrest in the case 47 days later. Bryan Kohberger, a graduate student studying criminology at Washington State University, just a 10-minute drive from the University of Idaho campus. He was taken into custody in Pennsylvania. His extradition hearing is scheduled for tomorrow. And we're learning more about his studies under a serial killer expert and a treasure trove of evidence from his apartment. But first, and new just into our newsroom, the father of one of the victims, Kaylee Gonsalves, breaking his silence on this arrest to senior national correspondent Bryan Enton, who joins us live from Pennsylvania. So, Bryan, what did he tell you?
Yeah, Nicole, I just wrapped up this conversation with Kaylee's dad, Stephen. Still heartbroken, but said initially when they learned about the arrest, they were the first to learn about it from police late Thursday night that the arrest was going to happen. They felt some relief. They even felt joy to a certain extent. But now the feeling is just being overwhelmed, knowing that the court process is about to begin and that they are going to see the accused killer face to face. Accused Idaho killer Bryan Kohberger could be in Idaho as early as tomorrow night after a hearing in Pennsylvania where Kohberger is expected not to fight his extradition.
There's going to be somebody there looking him in the face and letting him know that this isn't going away anytime soon. This is just the beginning.
Victim Kaylee Gonsalves' father, Steve, says they are looking for connections between Kohberger and Kaylee and the other victims.
I'm biased, but if you got to know my daughter, I would think it'd be impossible for you to hurt her. So I think a little bit of us kind of felt like this was somebody who didn't have a chance to meet her, talk to her, to know her, because she was a very likable person and she didn't have a mean bone in her body. So I think there's a little comfort in knowing that this person wasn't somebody she trusted and loved.
Kohberger's public defender tells News Nation in mid-December Bryan's dad drove back with him from Pullman, Washington to Monroe County, Pennsylvania in the white Hyundai Elantra police have been looking for. His attorney says Kohberger is eager to be exonerated. I'm a reporter.
Give up my property. It's private property.
Kohberger's family did not answer when I went to their house where he was arrested, but released a statement through the public defender saying they're cooperating with law enforcement. And first and foremost, we care deeply for the 4 families who have lost their precious children. There are no words that can adequately express the sadness we feel, and we pray each day for them. We will continue to let the legal process unfold, and as a family, we will love and support our son and brother. Before moving to Washington State University to get his PhD, Kohberger got his master's from DeSales University in Pennsylvania. News Nation has obtained this photo of Kohberger taken during a group project at DeSales University in 2019. Students who studied with him tell News Nation they've been told to only talk to police because they could potentially be called as character witnesses in the case. They did say he was, quote, controlling during the group project.
What do you make, Steve, of the fact that, he was getting his PhD in criminal justice and had his master's in criminology, and sort of had this knowledge of the way the system works?
I feel like he definitely was into this type of thing. He had made a lifetime commitment to wrapping himself into crime and solving crime and figuring out how people got caught, interviewing people, doing different things that a normal student wouldn't be so interested in. So I think he maybe got a little overconfident and didn't realize that there really is no perfect way to commit a crime.
Okay, so tomorrow Kohberger will be in court in the courthouse behind me here in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. We expect him to waive his extradition hearing, and he could be on his way back to Idaho as early as tomorrow afternoon. Nicole?
All right, so Brian, you've also been digging into his and to Kohberger's connection to a well-known serial killer.
Yeah, this is a crazy connection, Nicole. Basically, Kohberger's professor at DeSales University here in Pennsylvania is the pretty much preeminent expert on the serial killer BTK. Interviewed him, had a number of intimate interviews with BTK, the serial killer, over the course of about 10 years, and then wrote the autobiography on BTK for BTK. BTK's daughter is speaking exclusively with us about this connection and even questioning whether Kohberger may have been corresponding with her father in prison. You're going to hear that exclusive interview coming up in about 30 minutes.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation.
Okay. So yeah, like I said in chat, y'all just make sure that y'all keep these families in your prayers. Because you know they have to sit in court and look at the sky. And then they're gonna have to hear everything that he did to their loved ones and see pictures and everything else that he's done. Mm. Yeah, Sandra, I haven't heard if they're gonna allow cameras in there or not. So I figured for just the extradition hearing, they won't, because he's supposed to waive it. So I would assume he would just go in, say he's waiving it, and that would be it. And then they start the paperwork, and it'll go from there. Okay, B, hold on. Let me make sure I got it, honey. Okay, B, I did get yours, and I'll check it out in just 1 second. Let's see, Susie said, "I can't help but feel he'll be smirking, and it's gonna be so hard on the families." I hope he doesn't try to, like, taunt them or anything like that while they're in court. That would be horrible. Alright, let me get back to News Nation, y'all. 1 second. Okay. There was one on here. There was a former FBI profiler that I wanted to see. I played that one. Former, yes, this is it right here. I don't think I've never seen 9mm him smiling, but I just hope that he doesn't do it in court. Just for the pure meanness of it. I hope he doesn't do it in court. Let's see. Tomorrow is the first execution of 20. Sandra, who are they? Where's the execution happening at? Let's see. Wait, did Jingle Bell say that she was heading out? Let's see. I guess not. Okay. All right. So let me get this one pulled up here. Okay, Crime Crazy. I thought I seen somebody telling you to have a good night. I just wanted to make sure that that I said goodnight to you. Let's see. I found another profile. I think is his. 9mm. Can you send it to me? Email it to me? Okay, wait. Who is it that's saying that they're going for the night? I want to make sure that I don't see where anybody said that they're. Oh well, I don't know who it was. Into the interview. Okay, so wait. Go to Long Crumb Net. Listen to the interview with Sergeant Lurkin and Professor Ramsland on YouTube. She taught Kohberger. Once you hear her, you see into Bryan Kohberger. And she email night. Okay, thank you, IML, and I will check that out. And have a good night. Okay, did someone else say they were leaving? No, I am. Okay, headphones, you have a good night. And thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Okay. All right, so let's play this one. This one here is a former FBI profiler on the Idaho killings and the suspect. Let's see. Hey, Huda, how are you?
And now former FBI profiler Mary Ellen O'Toole. She's also the program director of the Forensic Science Program at George Mason University. Mary Ellen, thank you so much for being with us. We spoke with you Friday after this arrest was announced. We're continuing to learn new information. Here it is Monday. And so now we know the daughter of the serial killer known as BTK, Dennis Rader, telling Bryan Enton, she's fearing that Kohberger may have been in contact with her father. Mary Ellen, if that turns out to be true, how does that change this investigation, or does it change the investigation?
It's too early to say. I don't know that it would change it, but it would reinforce that this person had an interest in serial killers. And if that's true and did reach out to BTK, it's very likely that they reached out to other infamous serial killers or serious high-profile offenders as well. And I heard the daughter say this, for criminology students, psychology students, forensic science students, it is not unusual to want to go to a prison and talk to one of these people or communicate by letter, because they want to hear what they have to say, especially if there's an interest in, how they committed the crime, the planning that went into it. What did you think about it? So I think that that may sound macabre to other people, but based on the academic pursuits of many people, that happens a lot.
Right. And it does make sense, because the more you learn, certainly the more you know, and potentially you could stop something. But then again, when something potentially, goes off the deep end, it's a whole nother story. Mary Ellen, we know investigators, still working to try to determine a motive. How much do you think Kohberger's studies, his, apparent fascination with serial killers, if it does turn out to be that, how will that play into determining a motive?
Well, there could be multiple motives in a case like this, and obviously right now he's a suspect. He's not been found guilty, but there may be two faces here. Someone that is academically very well educated and prepared those questions in a survey. So there's an academic interest in what happens when someone is committing a crime. And then you have their own interests, their personal interests. Again, if he's found responsible for having committed the crime. So there may be a merging of the two there, where both of those will contribute to the motivations, the academic interest, but also the personal violent ideation that would have preceded the academic pursuit as a PhD student.
And Mary Ellen, this next question may seem like an obvious answer, but it's we're wording it specifically here. Why do you think there are so many examples of murderers or alleged murderers in this case who also had a fascination or studied criminology or subjects like that?
Well, I have to be honest with you. People are just fascinated by murder, and as sort of macabre as that sounds, it's an absolute interest that's been growing over time, and you can see it by the way these programs have grown in terms of the number of students that apply to be a forensic scientist or apply to be a psychology major or a criminology major. So you've got that interest from the perspective of the non-criminal, but then from the perspective of someone who commits a crime, especially a crime like a serial murder case or a mass murder case. We know from past experience how much planning can go into these crimes based on the study that they do of other cases. So they're interested in how it was done, why it was done, how did they prepare. Like as an example, the two Columbine shooters, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, are really icons in the whole field of mass murders, and people study about their crimes. Yes, they are interested in them, but in a small number of cases, there are people that follow those crimes so that they can do it better. They can do it the same way. They can learn by their mistakes. And we've seen that copycat phenomenon really since that actually preceded Columbine.
No, yeah, that's what many times it can be so difficult to try to navigate reporting on these situations as well. And always a pleasure speaking with you, Mary Ellen. Thank you so much for your insight today. Thank you for watching.
Okay, y'all know what would be awesome? For real, is on this case. If they did an SK, like did a roundtable with profilers who were like FBI profilers or someone, I wouldn't say the Catherine Ramsland woman, but someone like her who's an expert on it, and they just did a roundtable of SK profilers. And Susie, you're very welcome, honey. It's I don't know why somebody would say something like that, putting out misinformation like that, but uh, wait, why did she yell that at us? You're watching. Wait, who yell what? But yeah, that's what I wish that somebody would do was an SK profilers roundtable. Let's see. Banker Guy, did he do one that they only like the profilers on SKs? Did he do one like that? I lived in Littleton and met some people who lived in the area, said they heard a lot of gunshots that morning in Columbine speculation. Oh, wow. Oh, that's just because it was that end part of it where she says, "Thank you for watching." It's just a louder, um, part of it. Alright, let me find my next one. Let's see. There's several on here, y'all. And I'm gonna drop News Nation's link while I'm thinking about it because they always have awesome videos. Like, everybody who works for News Nation has been pretty awesome. Okay, so I need one about a retired NYPD detective. I gotta find it now. First, yes, here it is, right here. Alright, so today Ron, the other day had 30 profiles put together. Okay, so it was either Duty Ron or the interview room. See, one thing, I'm looking forward to seeing how much evidence is on him. I'll be glad whenever the probable cause is unsealed. That's it. Wait, what, Krista? I didn't mean you had rumors on this channel also sounded bad. Honey, I didn't even see your comment. Wait, let me find it. It'd be great. Also, no more rumors, just facts. Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Alright, let me make sure I got it. 9mm. Does it say something profile on your was it BCK profile on the subject line? I can't tell if that's the same. Okay. Alright, I just wanna make sure I did get it. I will check it out here in just a few minutes. Because while I'm playing the videos, I have to keep my chat pulled up on my phone, so I can't see my email. Okay, so this one here is about a retired NYPD detective that, so he's just offering thoughts on the Idaho murder suspect. Alright. Seconds of fame. Okay, let's see.
For Titus Jr., retired NYPD homicide detective, as well as assistant professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Dr. Titus, thank you for giving us some of your time. So we heard the reports from Nancy and from Bryan. Kohberger's public defender saying that the 28-year-old drove across the country in that white Hyundai with his dad. Dr. Titus, could Kohberger's father face any type of charge of potentially acting as an accomplice here?
Absolutely, that is a possibility. Depending on whether or not his father knew anything, if he had the slightest amount of information about what his son was going to do or what his son had done, he would definitely be seen as an accomplice.
And we have so much yet to learn, but do you think his dad, potentially had any indication that his son would be arrested on suspicion of murder just days after this cross country trip?
Yeah, it would be difficult to say. However, knowing that law enforcement has been looking for that white vehicle and that they were driving the white vehicle, I'm sure questions had to come in his mind, as far as is there a chance? Is it a possibility if he did not know?
So let's talk about this extradition hearing scheduled for tomorrow. Bryan Enton was live there outside the courtroom. Are you surprised that Kober is expected to waive this hearing?
Absolutely not. It seems to me that Kohberger is in his element right now. There are a lot of times when you deal with individuals who create such heinous crimes or possible serial killers that they are so intrigued and they are looking for that moment of fame, similar to school shooters. And it's very possible that that is the case here. We will find out shortly.
Because and we ask that because so many times when someone is arrested somewhere else where where the crime that they're accused of committing, so many times they will try to fight extradition, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of times that is the case, especially when it's outside of the country.
Mhm.
So that happens often.
So what kind of clues? Let's go back to the scene of the crime, and then we know that they're searching Kohberger's on-campus apartment there in Pullman. What kind of clues are they looking for, or were they looking for,
Yeah.
inside his residence there? Is there something when they first enter that they would look for upon making that entrance?
Yeah, well, there are a host of things they would be looking at. I noticed in viewing some of the video that they removed a computer tower. Any kind of computer information is going to be key because it's possible that the connection was made with the victims through social media. Also, any kind of DNA or fibers that are left from clothing that can match fibers found within the apartment. Obviously, the murder weapon is key. In addition to just any kind of written literature, maybe describing, or detailing how to get away with such a crime, how to protect yourself forensically, like by wearing, clothing and then discarding it in certain ways. So
Right.
they are looking for everything in that apartment, and hopefully, they're able to find some key evidence.
Well, certainly so many people keeping close eyes on this case. Dr. Alfred Titus, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com.
Okay. Let me get this down off of here. So I did put a poll up just asking, just a simple yes or no answer if you think that Brian told his dad anything about it, on their way back to Pennsylvania. All right, so it shows that there's 236 people in here. So if y'all would, um, go vote on the poll. Okay. I mean, honestly, I think that maybe he might have told his dad something, and maybe that's the reason why the dad went out there and drove back with him. Um, you know, so they could get the car back. Oh, yes, and smash the like. Yes, please. I don't know how many we got, but I know that um, Chrome Crazy always has like a certain number that she wants to get the likes up to. So yeah, don't mind. Go hit the like button and then also vote on the poll. All right, so I can't believe I just exited off of my stuff. Hold on, y'all. Let's see, it's not a coincidence they did maintenance to the car. I have, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I have a receipt. What did I do with the receipt? Uh, what did I do with the receipt? Hold on. Because I was sent a receipt. Here it is. Okay, let me see what it says on here that was done to the car. I never show the receipt because it looks like, um, Krista, I'll have to check it out in just one second. Um, I didn't show the receipt because it looks like the name was written at the top. But I'm gonna go ahead and show it. Now, I don't know if this receipt is legit, and you'll see what I'm talking about whenever I pull it up here, where it looks like the name has been written because it says history for Michael Kohberger, which is whose name the car was in, the white Elantra. All right, let me get this right here. And it says this was done on 12/16/2022. I can't tell the time, but it does say a 2015 Hyundai. And it says that it was, let's see, warranty by tread depth. So that's going to have something to do with the tires. Let's see, weather blade. That's going to be, I guess, the windshield wipers. They call them weather blades. They got an oil change. They got a wheel alignment. Okay, let's see. It looks like they tested let's see, the battery, and it says computer balance package. So this was all done, but this was done on the 16th and they arrived home on the 17th. They left on the 13th. So why would they get all of this done before they got home? Why not just do it whenever they got home? But do y'all see how the name is at the top? How it looks like it's been written in there with an ink pen? Okay, so wait, what does this say? Hold on. Reservation date 12/16. So I just wish I knew exactly where this was at. That's why I didn't even put it out the other day because it looks like that they wrote his name in there. Okay, yeah, it does to me too. It looks like it's been, like I said, like they went over it with a highlighter and then wrote the name in there. Okay, it was on Reddit, I think, from Inside Looking. Yeah, see, that's why I didn't put it out yesterday. But then everybody keeps coming out with these things saying that they were at a shop getting work done to their car on the 16th, and 2 or 3 people reported seeing him and his dad there, and blah blah blah, and all this and that. Yeah, Mom Bear, it says Michael Kohberger, which is his dad. His dad's name is on the car. So I have a question. Okay, so if his dad, we know that he got the plates changed on the car from Pennsylvania to Washington plates on November the 18th. But if the car is in his dad's name, wouldn't his dad have to be the one to do that? Because if that's the case, then that would have meant that his dad would have had to been in Washington. So you got to make sure the alignment wasn't significantly affected prior to the 2000. It could, it does, Idaho. Okay. I don't know, just the name up there doesn't look right. That's why his dad came to get the car. But I'm wondering though how he got it changed. Hey Laura, how are you? Let's see, not if he has added operator of the vehicle. Me and my mom used to do that. Okay, I think his name is on the insurance as an authorized uh person to drive it or whatever. Pin Dizzy, you have a good night. Okay, you can have. I see. I don't know because all my vehicles are always in my name. So, Mucho Taco, how are you? But I thought it was weird. That's why I didn't even show it last night because, like I said, the name looks like it's been altered. It looks like that there is something underneath that Kohberger name, and they wrote over it, and then for whatever reason highlighted it to make it look like it was, like it was legit, and clearly it's not legit. Let's see, when is it? It doesn't say when the dad got there. I just know that him and the dad and Bryan left on December the 13th on their way back home. This was for December the 16th when they got the car serviced. And then December the 17th is when they arrived back home in Pennsylvania. So this here, I just wanted to show y'all that. All right, and I'm gonna pull up the Carfax real quick also. I think I've got it. Yeah, here it is. And Crumb Crazy, did I email you the Carfax? I remember emailing the other thing to you, but I don't remember if I did this one or not. I said I was going to, but I can't remember if I did or not. If not, I can email it to you here in just one second. Okay, so Cherokee Raiders said, I would be interested to know what the requirements are in Washington and Idaho. You keep the original plate DMV issued for life. You transfer the plate from car to car when you replace the car. Okay, does anybody know that? Okay, so I did send the car. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I sent the Carfax. I knew I sent the receipt, or not the receipt, the ticket that he got for the seatbelt thing, but I can't remember about the Carfax. Hey Dawn, how are you? See, howdy. I've been able. Happy to see you're still doing your thing. Well, thank you, honey, and we're happy to have you here with us tonight. Okay, so tags stay with the owner, not the car. Minnesota, the plates stay with the car unless it's a custom plate. Yeah, I think it's different in Louisiana too. You get rid of the car, you take the plate and turn it back in. Be interesting, Laura, I do agree. It would be interesting to see the date on the airline ticket because they're claiming that it was a pre-planned thing. So I wonder how pre-planned it was. So it's running after grandbabies. Papa bought him whistles. Aw. They're just wanting to play Crime Crazy, that's all. And yeah, Simple Butterfly, I did see that. He got pulled over twice. Once was for speeding. Well, the car got pulled over. I don't know if it was him driving or the dad driving, because I don't think it specified which one was driving. But that the car was pulled over twice, once for speeding, and then once for they were basically tailgating. They were too close to the car in front of them. Yeah, crime crazy, then babies are just wanting to play. That's all they're wanting to do. They're not hurting anything with those whistles. Let's see. All right, so this is the Carfax, and it just says that uh, like January 26th of 2022, they had it serviced in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. They're hurting your ears. um, so I don't know if that's where they were at. I don't even know how far Broadheadsville is from Albrightsville, but wherever they got the car serviced, allegedly, if that ticket is or receipt is legit, they didn't get home until the next day. Well, Huda, I'm wondering if maybe they stopped him on purpose to get his DNA. If there was some way they were able to get it. But yeah, to get a closer look to make sure maybe they knew he was in the car but didn't know who the other person was. Maybe they did it to get a better look to see, if whoever it was, whatever, and then come to find out it was his dad. Okay. Stop the car to put an air tag on it. That's a good theory. Okay, feds were monitoring the entire drive. May have been going to a cause or trying to entice. Okay, give me just 1 second. I mean, because if they would have asked for his driver's license, maybe they could have got DNA off his license. They could have been like, "Hey, I'm gonna step to my car back here. I'm gonna run your license, make sure everything's okay, make sure you don't have any warrants." Takes the license back to his car and does whatever it is he needs to do to lift some DNA off of it. DNA prints, something like that. Um, and maybe that's the reason why they stopped him twice. Yeah, oh, yes, a breathalyzer would have been a good thing too, especially if he was speeding. Well, either speeding or tailgating somebody would have been a good reason for a breathalyzer. All right, so Werewolf Queen and Emerald Queen, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight, and I hope you both have a wonderful night. Let's see, or give the dad a chance to say something. Yeah. Yes, that is true. Even them just touching the car doors, anything like that'll give them DNA. They could have lifted DNA just off the door handles or anything. I'm pretty sure there was a reason why they stopped them, and they just happened to stop them both times in Indiana. Emerald Queen, you're welcome, honey, and, Werewolf Queen, you're welcome as well. Alright, so let me get back to the Carfax real quick. So it says 420, the car was in Pennsylvania. Let's see, title issued or updated. Let's see, 8/15, August the 15th. It was in Pullman, and the vehicle was serviced, tire conditioner, pressure checked, all that good stuff. Had an oil change. So let's see, that was on August the 15th, and then and then again on the 16th, they got the oil changed again. Okay. Then on November the 18th, the Washington Motor Vehicle Department in Pullman says title issued or updated, registration updated when owner moved the vehicle to a new location, vehicle color noted as white. And then again on 12/1/2022. Let's see, manufacturer service campaign issued. See, it was for underbody corrosion preventative. So, okay, Broadheadsville to Albrightsville is 14.7 miles or a 22-minute drive. Okay, thank you, Crickets. So I wonder if that's where they got it serviced, or if his dad is like one of those men. You know how you have some men that when you get an oil change, like it's literally got to be at like either right on 3,000 miles before you get your oil changed again. Like you can't go over the 3,000 miles. Maybe his dad is like that and very anal about it. And they were on their way home and hit the 3,000 mile on that oil change, and he just stopped wherever he was at and got it done. Let's see. Honestly, I don't think he knows how to scan anything. No, okay, one second. Let me look at the email. Okay, so wait, this is the entire ticket. Okay, so it was infraction citation. Oh, it's got the cop's name and everything. He was supposed to be in court September the 8th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull this up. Hold on, y'all. Let me go grab this email. It's the actual full ticket. Thank you, Sifa. Okay. Give me just a second, y'all. I just gotta download it. Okay. Okay. Yes, it's the ticket for the seatbelt. I'm just gonna get it pulled up here in 1 second. I just got to get to the folder where it downloaded to. Okay, y'all, and it is still thundering out there. Okay. Okay, the public defender never confirmed when they arrived back to PA. I believe a time period of a few days. Where did I hear that from? Oh, shit. I heard it somewhere. I forgot where it was at, but it said that they had arrived back on the 17th. But I have to go back and find out um, where it was that I heard that. And Bree, thank you so much for the super sticker. And it says, try again. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. All right, so let's get this pulled up here. Uh, all right, so this is for, and it was only $80. I think that's what that says. No, violation number one, $10? Is that what that says? Shit, here your first violation for a seatbelt is like $25. It's fine, Bree. Okay, so this is for Latah County Sheriff's ID uniform citation. And it says, wait, this one doesn't have his name on it, but it does have, they must have marked his name out. But that was his address. 6 foot, 185 pounds, blue eyes, brown hair, 2015 white Hyundai Elantra. And then there was the plate number on the same one that I had showed last night. I thought they went very light on him. $10 is nothing. Yes, if this is the right one, just this one here, because I showed part of one last night. It had his name, first, last name, and it had this address, and it had the same height, weight, and all that. Just this one here just has his name marked out. Um, and it also showed Pullman Road where he was pulled over. It was at Pullman and Farm Road in Moscow, so it's legit, and it's just for his seatbelt violation. Because you can even tell they had marked out the officer's name down here where he had signed it. So yeah, it showed he was supposed to be in court September the 8th of 2022 at 8:30 a.m. in, let's see, District Court of Latah County, Moscow, Idaho. For the violation was for a vehicle safety restraint failed to use. Yeah, all he had to pay was $10, y'all. Literally in Louisiana, your first offense is $25. Your second is like $50. I mean, damn, he could have just went and paid the ticket and been done with it. Why worry about trying to go to court and all that? All right, let's see. The violation time was 8/21/2022 at 11. Does that say 11:40 p.m.? It's very blurry, y'all, but yes. 8/21/2022 at 11:40 p.m. So we know that on August the 21st, that late at night, he was in Moscow. Now, the Pullman and Farm Road is actually on the other side of the campus. Do y'all remember when we were looking for the white cars and Troll had told me about the apartment buildings that were on Farm Road, and they were like the real pretty blue apartment buildings, but whenever we pulled it up on the maps, you could see the white car in the parking lot, but no matter where I maneuvered my little street man on there, I could never see it. Um, I could never look at the white car that good. Let me see. I can tell you how far this is. Give me a second. Let me go to maps and I'll pull it up here. Okay. I have to pull this up and then move it before I can pull the maps up on screen. Because for some reason it always wants to have my location as soon as I pull it up. So he didn't pay $10. I mean, yeah, Jim, usually if you get a ticket, just you pay whatever the ticket is and you don't have to worry about going to court. His was only $10. I mean, why would he, unless he went and tried to fight, I don't know. That's weird. Or then again, he could have paid the $10. But I don't know, because I know here if you don't pay the $10 and you have to go to court. All right, so let me find the house. Gotta find out where I'm at first. Here we go. Okay, so here's the house. Hell, I'm not down far enough. All right, so I'm gonna drop a pin on the house. All right, I gotta zoom out because Farm Road, this is all the college right here. Farm Road is all the way over. I think it's down this way. Yes, down this way. On the opposite side of the college, but it was right here at this intersection is where it's showing that he got pulled over. At let's see. It's west. Wait, let me go. Where did the ticket go? Hold on, y'all. Let me get it pulled back up here so I can get the exact. My God, this is okay. It was on West Pullman Road and Farm Road. So that would have been right here. Here's Farm Road right here, and then Highway 8. And let me find West Pullman where it says it on it right here. You can see it says West Pullman Road. So it would have been right there at that intersection is where he got pulled over for the seatbelt. Okay. And then, yes, all the crosswalks are, what the hell? That's weird. That's why I don't live in cities, y'all. Here, I don't have to worry about a crosswalk. All right, so here's the apartments that we were looking at that time. Wait, where are they at? Let me see if this is them. No, I went back too far. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Right here, I believe it is. Okay. So yeah, this was the apartments right there. Remember, we kept looking at it, and I could never get into the parking lot no matter where I put the little street view thing at. But there was a white car right there. We were trying to figure out if that was it or not. Okay. So yeah. And that's just right down the road from where he was pulled over. So, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe 8 is the one that goes into Washington. I believe. Hold on. Yes, right here. I'm over too far, y'all. Right here. So, um, that would have been more than likely the way that he would have came into Idaho or left Idaho going into Washington to go back home. Because Pullman, so it's just a straight shot. So for whatever reason, on the 21st of August at 11:40 p.m., he was in Moscow, Idaho. Let's see. And does anybody since this has happened, is there anything that's been brought up for the day of August the 21st with the girls? How do you see someone not wearing a seatbelt? I don't know. Out of time, that is a good question. Unless they could see it because of the street lights shining in the window. I don't know. I don't know if his car had um tinted windows or not. Let's see. And let me see how far that is from the girls. I'm just gonna do Farm Road. And just see how far it is. Okay, so we're not walking. 45 minutes walk. We're not walking. Hold on. Okay. So let's see. If you take it around, well, it's gonna be 7 minutes either way. You can go Nez Perce Road, which is where Sigma Chi is, and just go around that way. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Or you can just take, damn it. This is Blake Avenue. No, wait, where's the other way? There was another way, it just showed it. I don't want the Banfield. Let's see, this thing is clicking on everything. So now it's saying, as of right now, it would take 10 minutes. The route has restricted usage or private roads. So it's going to take about 10 minutes to get down Farm Road to the intersection is about 5 probably. Okay, noise call was August the 16th. Okay, so the bar from their house. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. 5 minutes. No, from the okay, so from the ticket. Okay, so let's do that then. Five minutes. And that's going that way because he was pulled over right here. So let's see if it'll let me do an intersection. Hold on. Okay, give me a second. Let me get over back to. All right, so. Okay, thank you so much for the super chat. And it says check email. Just sent you alleged killer's Reddit comments. Very sus. Claims X and M were targets where he parked and a lot of other details. Okay, let me check my email real quick. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I'm sorry, super chat. That was very nice of you. All right, let me get into my email. All right. Okay, so I got the email. I just can't read it. It's all very blurry. Okay, let me exit off of this real. Oh shit! No, 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 no. That's not what I want. Hold on, y'all. And poll. I need to get this poll out of my way too. All right, so we had 164 votes. 68% said no, that they don't think that he told his dad. 31% says yes, that they believe that he did. Okay, Sifa, I will send it over to you and see if you can fix it where it can be read. So let me do that real quick. All right. Okay. So to the corner club from where the ticket was done. Oh, it actually did do a. Okay, so from right here, the red pin is where you got the ticket at. To the corner club was 4 minutes. It's 1.5 miles. So it seems like anywhere you go in this little town, it doesn't take no time to get there. Okay, another channel figured out one of the noise calls was from a friend of Maddie's. Oh, wow. All right. Okay, so let me get this down. Let me go back to the ticket. I want to see if there's anything else on it. I don't think it was. The other side was just, your fine or how much it's going to cost you, where to mail it to. Let's see, defendant's signature. It doesn't have that. Yes, there was one. The first one was September the 1st. Was that second one whenever they went there and Xana came to the door? Was that on September the 1st or was that early morning September the 2nd? I know they were both the same night. I just didn't remember. I couldn't remember if one was after midnight. Okay, and then one was August the 16th. Okay, second was just after midnight. Okay, thank you. All right, what am I looking for? Oh, News Nation. All right. Okay, yeah. I knew whenever Xana was there, that was the second call because I remember him saying something like, "This is the second time we've had to come out in the same night." And they said something about Maddie, and she was like, "Yeah, she's not here. She's at the club." All right, so let me go back and grab this other. Good- There was another one on here that has to do with a psychologist saying that the Idaho suspect is seeing this as a game, and I wanted to watch it. I just gotta find it now. Yes, here it is right here. Damn, that was loud. Okay, I'll check that email and what. Okay, 1 second. All right. All right, first one was with Maddie, second one was with Xana, August was with Kaylee. Yeah, and it was like every time, or not every time, but if you notice that all three of those girls, even though Maddie wasn't physically on that body cam footage, they still talked to her. And the other 2, Dylan and Bethany, were never that we know of, were never on any body cam footage, and they ended up surviving, and then Kaylee, Maddie, and Xana didn't, and they were the 3 that was on the body cam footage. So I thought that was kinda weird. Alright, so I'm gonna play this for y'all.
Past of hard drug abuse, bullied, then bully, like to play mind games, silent in custody, sleeping most of the time in custody. His father flying out to drive the 3,000 miles back with his 28-year-old son in the car that the whole country was looking for, stopped by cops twice in Indiana, the car not flagged. Now, all of that until the cop activity, Mahandi, what does that mean to you?
Well, I think this is a bright guy. He's organized. He's purposeful, highly intelligent, and it's a lot of goal-directed behavior. I'm curious about the police stopping him twice. I'm wondering if that was a pretense or actually, they stopped him and didn't know. Sometimes these things can be orchestrated as part of an investigation, and we know they were watching him. But I see a guy here that knows what he's doing. He's probably not going to qualify for any kind of mental defense if indeed he's the person that is responsible for these things. And it goes along with a personality that, he's being purposeful. He's got a reason for doing what he's doing.
One follow-up, Chris. It's one thing to have the argument of an innocent person wouldn't falsely confess. We all know about custodial interrogation. We know how those tactics tend to break down an honest person without, exposure to the system faster than they would someone who knows the game that the police can play in interrogation. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about somebody who, if they had nothing to do with this quadruple homicide, has said nothing about it to authorities. How unusual to you is that he's sleeping most of the time in jail and there's no account other than his silence?
Oh, I think it's somewhat unusual. It's not entirely unheard of, but he's studied this stuff, and if indeed he's our person, he's studied it and knows his best approach is to keep his mouth shut and basically work on resting and kind of getting himself into this game, if you will, because I do believe he sees this as a game. I think he's seen it as a game as he was sitting in the classroom of that purported expert on killing. Thinking that he's pulling one over on her, asking questions, and there he is in the midst of the so-called expert. And to him, I think he was, getting a laugh at that, if indeed he's the person. But, he's being thoughtful and he's being mindful and he's being purposeful. So I think it is unheard of, but I think it's also him. It's not entirely unheard of, but it's him being, focused on what his, next play is going to be.
Counselor Garrigus, you got another side on that?
Yeah, I do have another side. I always shy away from the kind of off the court psychoanalyzing until we know more. I mean, I could put together a story where the father had pre-planned this and he wanted to spend time with his son driving back. And why wouldn't they do that? Just because he's 28, does that mean you abandon your kid at that point? Having a son around that age, I can relate to wanting to take a long drive with him and talking to him. That's number one. Number two, there's lawyers that are both representing him, public defenders in Pennsylvania and in Idaho. Both have said and have either talked to him or advised him, and they haven't said what they've said, but by implication that he believes he's going to be exonerated. We haven't even seen a probable cause affidavit yet, and the sheriff is out there screaming or yelling that it's 100% certain, it must be, there's no other person, it has to be him. That's great, but I would just caution a little bit of hesitation until we see what this probable cause affidavit looks like. If they did discover unexplained or unidentified DNA at the scene and then tracked it down through the genealogical database, I understand that as well. That's been effective in recent cases in California. So I still would say let's wait and see and caution a little bit of
absolutely.
Presumption of, or embrace the presumption of innocence.
Absolutely, with both of my huge python arms. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to...
All right, give me just 1 second. Okay. So tomorrow when this dude goes to court and he waives his right, and I think they said that they had 72 hours to get him moved from Pennsylvania to back to Idaho. So he would get to Idaho, let's say Wednesday. Hopefully by Wednesday, he's sitting in a courtroom at whatever time during the day, and that probable cause affidavit has been unsealed, and we can hear all about it, what all is in it and everything. Jim J, you have a good night. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, let me get back to my email. I've got like 2 more videos, y'all. I know y'all don't like Cuomo, but I think I have like maybe 3. Huda, I think he's eating this attention up. Like he's loving this attention. America First, how are you? He is literally just like, you know, acting like he's laying down cool and all this and that, but he's loving this. Send me this. Okay, Stiffa, let me get this or this video going, then I'll email it to you and see if you can do anything with it. All right, let me share it. Let's see. 1 second. All right, here we
Arrested
go.
the Idaho suspect, Bryan Kohberger. I wrestled with whether or not to say her name, but it's not his name, but it's not a terror thing. And he's not a serial killer as far as we know. And I don't think that there's any risk of copycat here. So we say his name. Here's what we know. As soon as he was arrested, information started to come out. Some of it is bogus. Some of this reporting you hear about how he's behaving in the jail, we have good sources there, News Nation, and they tell us not true, that the person who's given that information must be confused or just flat out wrong. So you got to be careful. The TikTok post from one user who said she knew him in middle school and high school, Casey Arns, that's legit. It got attention, and rightly so. Casey joins us now live from Virginia. Casey, Happy New Year. Thank you for deciding to talk to us and doing some reporting for us of your own with people from his past.
Of course, I'm glad to be here.
So as you scrub your memories and talk to other people, what now sticks out to you that you think is of the most relevance as perspective for people to know about this person?
Personally, what I'm finding out from former friends and former classmates is that, Bryan was bullied when he was younger. He was an overweight kid. When I personally knew him, he was always good to me. Now, over the years, that has changed. I know going into his senior year, he lost a lot of weight. It was then I hear that he might have become a bully. I was not there personally to see that. However, looking back at it, knowing how he knows my brother, knowing now how he knows my other friends, I wouldn't put it past him because my brother has come out and said that he was bullying him when he was friends with him. I don't know if that's a lot on his character. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just insight into what this guy is about at a formative time in his life, which of course is high school, and he's only 28, so it's not like he's my age or something. So this is a formative time. Also, for sure that he had addiction issues and profound ones. We're not talking about vaping, that's bad enough, but this was a heroin addict. He says he went to rehab, and you had experience with him using you to try to get drugs, right?
Yes, he did use me, and I didn't know at the time that he was using me to drive him to get heroin until probably a couple of days afterwards. It triggered me in a way because I didn't know that I could have been put in such a compromising position from him. But yeah, he definitely struggled with heroin addiction in high school.
One of the reasons that addicts are sometimes pejoratively referred to as fiends is because they can be very devious in finding ways to get drugs. That's what you experienced. But sometimes it's not just the addiction, it is character. And you're saying through your brother and others, the idea that he would want to trick somebody, that he would want to play a game on somebody and have them believe things, or that he could get away with convincing people of things, was part of who this guy was.
Yes. And from my experience, I never saw it firsthand, but my brother definitely has. Apparently he was belittling my brother. He was making him, just seem kind of stupid and slower. And Bryan always had to be the smartest person in the room when he was with my brother. It was like he was undermining him and just putting him down. And my brother cut ties with him because of this, because it got too much of a torment for him.
Now, look, we got to let the process play out, but it is already, I can tell you, with well over 20 years experience, very unusual that somebody who did nothing wrong says nothing. Now, people can say, well, that's the right way to play the system, and he is a criminologist, and that's what, but most people don't. If they get caught for something that they didn't do, they talk about that. And all the reporting we have is that he says almost nothing. He's spending most of his time in jail, News Nation has learned, sleeping. He's not protesting his innocence, that he asked a single question of, has anybody else been arrested? How does that square with the person you knew in terms of acting normal in situations?
Honestly, in my opinion, and after talking with my brother for the past couple of days, it seems almost like he's trying to throw off law enforcement.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to News.
Oh shit, where's it at? Why is it still playing? Okay, hold on. Wait, y'all, because I have to get this out of the email. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he literally, like, this girl was supposed to be his friend, and he tricked her into going and taking him so he can buy drugs. And then if she would have gotten caught with that stuff in her car, she would have been in trouble. All because he manipulated and lied to her. So that's probably one reason why he doesn't have any friends. Because of the way he treats his friends. Hey, Moonville, how are you? See, I heard Idaho. Yeah, Idaho does not do insanity pleas. If you go and you have a psych eval done and they find you incompetent to stand trial, you have to go to the hospital for however long it takes for you to be found competent. And then once you're found competent, then you'll go to trial. But they are a death penalty state, so. All right. And Blue Ocean, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the super chat a few minutes ago. That was very nice of you. Thank you. Okay. Hold on one second, y'all. I've got to get into this. All right, so the investigators will need public's help with information on suspect. All right, so I'm going to play this one because this is off of Banfield. One second. Okay. All right, 1 second. Okay. My gosh, I got so much stuff pulled up here, y'all. All right. Hold on, I gotta get back into my chat on my phone real quick before I can pull this up. Okay. So this one's just saying that the investigators are still needs the public's help with the information on the Idaho suspect.
Evidence to be processed, and who knows, it may be more links between Kohberger and this murder scene.
And I want to play a soundbite. Nancy, you interviewed one of the classmates earlier about what this person was like, the changes in Bryan Kohberger's behavior. Let's take a listen to that.
One of my classmates did observe that he became more animated towards the end of the term. I can support that observation in part myself. I did notice that he became a little chattier. He became a little more animated. Mostly what I noticed, though, is he was always showing up a little late, and he was always showing up with a cup of coffee in hand. He seemed like he was more exhausted going into the tail end of the term.
And Nancy, the authorities in Moscow, they're still asking for information, aren't they? Like they still want the public to bring in tips about this particular, now that they have the name, they want tips on Bryan Kohberger, don't they?
Yeah. They want information like what we just heard. That's Ben Roberts, also in the criminology program at WSU. They want to know, I mean, that change in personality suddenly. He went from, kind of quiet and sullen and to suddenly very chatty and like happy. And so what brought that change? And the change happened around the time of the murders. We've also been hearing from students because Kohberger is a teaching assistant at WSU, and students had earlier complained that he was really harsh with his grades and very critical. And then around the time of the murders, he suddenly just like checked off, all their papers without any comments.
Wow. Nancy Liu reporting live for us in Moscow. Thank you for that. I also want to bring in Lauren Patterson. She's a reporter for Northwest Public Broadcasting and Spokane Public Radio, also a Moscow resident, been following this case since the beginning. That's not the only person who's talking about this former doctoral student. I'm saying former. I mean, he's currently a doctoral student. I don't think that's going to last long. What else are you hearing, Lauren?
Well, the speculation's going, the rumor mill is fully churning. I'm hearing a lot of the same things that have been discussed here: loner, nerdy, awkward. I guess the problem is that could describe just about everybody in academia or graduate school. But when I was at that press conference, I mean, Moscow PD, they were smiling. They feel confident, it seems. But now comes this next chapter, and this has all been on the offense. I mean, this investigation.
But what about the former classmates? They're sort of coming out of the woodwork. At first, they were very reticent, but now there's more people. I think there's somebody who said he was odd from the beginning. And there's a brewery owner, I think, who said that he had a behavior to the wait staff. I think that were other classmates of him saying that he was derogatory about fellow students and LGBTQ. How many of these fellow students are now coming forward and giving us a real picture of who this man is?
I haven't been able to touch base with any Wazoo students, WSU, I guess we call it Wazoo out here, but any WSU students specifically. I could go down to the corner club, maybe ask around, see if anybody saw him acting out there. I did get one secondhand rumor that as a TA and in some of his criminology classes, he would like to ask about the grisly details, but that's coming from a couple of different sources, several sources removed. So it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds, especially because some of these people are going to be asked not to speak to the media anymore, as they may be called to court as character witnesses.
Makes perfect sense. Lauren Patterson, thank you again for joining us as always. We appreciate it. We're going to continue to follow this story. Thank you for watching.
Okay, 1 second. Let's see, he definitely got an adrenaline rush. Imagine, yes. He went back and they said that it was like he was different. He was more talkative after he did what he did. And but then they said that before the murders, he was very strict on his grading and stuff like that. It's very harsh grading. But then whenever he went back after the murders, it was almost like he was very lenient with his grading of papers and stuff like that in school. And it was almost like he was distracted, like his mom was distracted. But it seems like that it was he got a rush from it, and it could have been in his mind that um, maybe it was something he had always been looking for, and him doing that, he got that rush from doing it. And I think that if he wouldn't have gotten caught, more than likely he probably would have done it again because he would have possibly been chasing that high. I want to ask y'all a question also, and this is just your opinion on this answer. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that he has done it before, if he has committed a murder before the Idaho student murders. And put a 2 in the chat if you don't think that he has, or a 3 if you're not sure. I just want to see what everybody thinks about that. Because, and I don't want to be graphic about this whenever I say this. it seems, and this is just my opinion. Okay, so we're getting a few ones, more twos and ones, and then some threes. Okay, yeah, put a trigger warning up because True Crime of Faith, I was asking what was everyone's opinion on if they thought that Bryan Kohberger had done, like, that he had committed a murder before the Idaho student murders. And the reason why I'm asking this, and like I said, there is a trigger warning, and I'm not trying to be very graphic with this, but this is true crime. Okay. And, you're going to hear and you're going to see things that you're probably never going to see anywhere else. So the only reason why I'm asking is because I would think, and this is just my opinion, if you're going to murder someone, I don't think that a person is going to start off, especially someone who is so infatuated with SKs. Okay. It seems to me, and like I said, this is only my opinion. I don't know if this to be fact. I've never spoken to an SK or anything like that. But it seems to me like whenever they go in and they do this for the very first time, it's a different. It's there's a shock to it. Um, there's it can be very gory, very bloody. Uh, I'm sure there's different sounds and different feelings to it. Um, and I'm trying to pick words where I'm not being too graphic for anyone because I don't want to do that and upset anyone. But it just seems like that there would be a shock to it, an initial shock to the first time doing it. So I don't see someone doing this the first time and going after 4 people. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like it seems like that would have to be something that he would already be used to. He can just go in and just do it with no problem. Where your first time, it's it's something that you would have to. I don't wanna know. I don't wanna say get used to because that doesn't sound like the right term of words. Um, but do y'all get what I'm saying? It's the feeling, the sounds, the sight. Um, yeah, he did study on it, but I think that studying on it and then actually doing it, I think that would be 2 different things. Because, I mean, I can study on something. I'm trying to think of what okay, let's just use, like, a doctor, for example. Um, I can go to medical school and study all the medical terms, and let's just say I go into cardiology, and I can sit here and I can read all about doing open heart surgery and all this and that. But then once I get into an OR and I physically cut the patient open and I look at their heart and I look at it pumping and I look at everything that's going on within the body, it's a shock. It's a different sight than what you're just imagining in your head. Okay, one second. Let me answer this real quick. Hold on, y'all. Right, Laura, and the smell. Like there's reading it and studying it and then physically doing it is, I think it's 2 different things. Hey, Tree Baby, how are you? Let's see, but also seeing him as being arrogant enough to think that his first kill would be epic in his mind and he would get away with it. I totally think in his mind, he's going to get away with it. I think he's just that egotistical, honestly. All right. Let's see. All right. Let me go to my email real quick because I have another article that's from 2 hours ago. I think that's what this says. Idaho murder case is getting murkier, but patience is of the essence. Yeah, I am not a very patient person. And Troll is just going to send me, hey, C-Star, how are you? And Troll is going to send me a thing that says patience is of the essence. Lots of medical students faint the first time that they open up a corpse. Right. And I mean, I could be completely wrong. And I just use the medical thing because, I've studied medical stuff and with medical transcription, and I'm sure it's completely different from whenever you read it to you actually do it. Um, and I would think that doing what an SK does, I think you can sit here and you can read about Ted Bundy and the BTK killer, and you can read about John Wayne Gacy and this one and that one, and read about what they did and how they did things and think about it and all this and that. But whenever you initially get in to do it, I wonder if you think about how it really feels and how it really sounds and what you're really gonna see. I think it would be different. And like I said, I could be wrong, and I'm trying not to be very graphic. If I am, I do apologize, but this is true crime, and things like that are bound to get talked about. Um, so that's why. Hey, Aura, how are you? So that's why I was just asking, if y'all thought maybe he had done this before and maybe started out small and then worked his way up. All right, so this one here is from the Independent. It says the Idaho murders case is getting murkier, but patience is of the essence. Let me check something real quick here. Okay. All right. So, oh shit, all these pop-ups and everything. Okay, yes, I want to go into a theater to deliver meds. Okay. I'm just making sure I'm keeping up. Hey, Padre, how are you? Exactly. Definitely not something I'd want to be addicted to. That is true. If patience is a virtue, I don't. I am right there with you. I am a very impatient person. Most killers don't harm animals, does absolutely nothing for them. I think that most of the time they would have animals are completely, you know, off limits. And there may be some SKs out there that it doesn't matter to them. They're like, wherever, whatever gets in my way, it doesn't matter. But I believe that there is some that they just think that they're off limits. Some of them may think that kids are off limits. Some may go only after men and not women. Some may go only after women and not men. Only adults and not kids. That some of them has um I'm not gonna say standards because standards for sure wouldn't be the right word, but they have rules or regulations, I guess, as to what they will and will not do. Someone's getting two faces. Yes, in my neighborhood today. Scary. Oh well. Okay, so let me read this real quick. So it has been more than 50 days since 4 students at the University of Idaho were found fatally stabbed inside of a house. 2 of the victims, Ethan Chapin and Zena Kernodle, were 20 years old. The other 2, Madison Mogan and Kaylee Gonzalez, were 21. For weeks, bits of information surfaced piecemeal. I can't read this on the same laptop, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so 2 of the victims had gone to a bar, then a food truck prior to their deaths. Investigators said that they believed that the attack had been targeted, but then were unable to say whether the target was the residents or its occupants. For weeks, the public scratched their heads. Reddit threads sprouted. On December the 29th, police in Moscow, Idaho, said that they were still working through more than 9,025 email tips and 4,575 phone tips, 6,050 digital media submissions, and that they had conducted over 300 interviews. I wonder who the interviews were. Like, who was the 300 interviews? I would like to see that list. All right. So the next day, however, saw an explosive update in the case. Investigators announced that they had arrested a suspect, Bryan Christopher Kohberger, in Pennsylvania on a warrant for murder. Kohberger, 28, is a graduate student in Washington State University, close to the state line between Washington and Idaho. The case has been making its way through the legal system in the days since the arrest, and as of the 31st of December, Kohberger was being held without bond in Pennsylvania and planning to waive a hearing for his extradition back to Idaho, where he will be also held without bond, the Associated Press reported. Kohberger's defense attorney, Chief Public Defender Jason LaBar, said in a statement that Mr. Kohberger has been accused of a very serious crime, but the American justice system cloaks him in a veil of innocence, and he should be presumed innocent until proven otherwise, not tried in the court of public opinion. So police, meanwhile, are trying to gather as much information as they can about the man that they have described as their main suspect. And investigators opened a tip line and told the AP that they have received 400 phone calls within the first hour after the press conference, during which they announced the arrest, which is great. They want to find out who he is, his history, how we got to this event, and why this event occurred. Moscow Police Department Captain Anthony Dillinger told the news agency. Some reported elements of Kohberger's life filtered to news coverage. Kohberger was studying for a PhD in criminology. He seemed super awkward and like he was always looking for a way to fit in, a former classmate told the AP. About 7 months ago, he had apparently shared a survey to Reddit seeking to ask people who had committed crimes about their thoughts and feelings throughout the experience. I still think, y'all, that American Virtual, how are you? I still think that he did that survey to try to find either the perfect person to help him plan it and or commit the crime, or he was trying to get ideas from different criminals to plan out the perfect crime. So in the aftermath of a shocking, violent crime, the hunger for answers is inevitable and understandable. It's tempting to read into every report piece of information about Kohberger as if they come from tea leaves. But there is so much that we don't know, much less understand. Authorities have not discussed a possible motive. As I type this, the main suspect has yet to appear in court. This isn't to say that answers won't come, that they very well might, especially if the case heads to trial. And this isn't an indictment on the information that has been reported so far. Of course, people want to know everything there is about the case. Of course, journalists are chasing every lead and speaking to every person who may have insight to share. But as I read into the case, I have to remind myself to be wary of tunnel vision. I think of all the criminology students who didn't end up as suspects in a murder investigation. I think of all the people who documented their curiosity about crime without ever being accused of committing one. I think of the ways hindsight impacts our judgment and can lead us to assign meaning to things that seem random just moments prior. Excuse me. And most of all, I think back to the 4 victims: Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogen, and Kaylee Gonzalez. Ethan, a triplet, spent his last days with his siblings, his mother told the Associated Press after his death. During her high school graduation, Xana Kernodle had decorated her mortarboard with flowers and butterflies cut out in the words, "For the lives that I will change." Kaylee Gonzalez was social, quirky, contagious, and a little bit of a goofball, according to her obituary, and was a hard worker, always having a full-time job on top of her studies even in high school. Madison Mogen was known for her ability to make others smile and laugh with her offbeat and hilarious sense of humor, according to her obituary. These are the facts that I hold on to, and the facts that I hope won't be eclipsed by the latest wave of headlines. All right, give me just 1 second, y'all. I gotta get a drink. Okay, so no cams tomorrow is what I've heard. Shit, I was hoping they were gonna have cameras in there. All right, give me just 1 second, y'all. Let's see. You may have talked about this, but did you see that he now lawyered up? I know True Crime and Faith that he does have an attorney. He has a public defender in Pennsylvania, but that attorney is only for his extradition hearing. Once he gets to Idaho, I have heard that his parents have gotten him a legal team, but I don't know if that's confirmed yet. I haven't seen anybody who has confirmed that, but it has been said that his family did get him a legal team, but I don't know um, who his attorneys and all that are going to be once he gets to Idaho. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me check my emails again. Okay, wait, hold on 1 second, y'all. Yes, if the trial isn't streamed, I plan on going. Yes. 9mm, thank you. I just got the email. That is awesome news, thank you. But yes, if you do go 9mm, please be careful, okay? Seriously. That would be awesome, though. Okay, I'm sure there would be attorney present for the first hearing, and all he will do is plead guilty. So that's the one in Idaho, right? That you're talking about? Okay, gotta hope they do the good. I do too. I hope he gets the death penalty. But you know what? We gotta just remember to keep these families in your prayers. Because once this guy gets back to Idaho and he goes to court, these families, they haven't looked this person in the eye yet. They've only seen him on TV. You know, um they haven't got to see him. And ooh, I got a side by side. Hold on. And I know it's gonna be hard that they're gonna have to sit in that courtroom. I just hope that God gives them enough strength to not, as much as they would want to, lunge at this guy, honestly. Because, I mean, I would want if it was my child, I would wanna hurt him, courtroom or not. Say everyone is socially awkward, so I take the description with a grain of salt. See, I can't see him pleading guilty for quite a few reasons. I wonder what he's gonna plead. I mean, I don't know. He's just I literally, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I really do see him getting on the stand and telling the story because he's so controlling and he's so egotistical and he's manipulative, and he's gonna get up there and he's gonna use all of those things to his advantage ag against the jury. Can I go on a road trip with 9mm? Wait, road trip to where? His ego won't let him plead guilty. No, because if he was to plead guilty, it would make him he would be saying that he's wrong, that he done something wrong, and I don't think he's ever gonna admit that he's done anything wrong. Okay, let me get these 2. I do have a side by side now of the side of his head. Um, let's see, Ted Bundy did his own defense, and we see where Ted Bundy is at now, y'all. I mean, um give me just a second. I gotta pull this one up. Okay. Actually, I got 2 things. I don't know what the other thing is, though, that Troll sent to me. Since he's a student of that, then he may see Bundy doing that as a mistake. Yeah, I think he kinda wants to follow these SKs and do what they did, but at the same time, not do what they did, like, uh, defending himself. Okay, my jaw would drop if he pled guilty. So far with his jailhouse antics, he's trying to go for the insanity. But see, with the insanity thing, Idaho doesn't accept an insanity plea. Um, it, if they did a psychological evaluation and they determined that he is not competent to stand trial, then he will go to a hospital. I'm sure a state-run hospital, and he will stay there until they find him competent to stand trial. Lori Vallow was in there, I think, 10 months in the state hospital in Idaho because they found her incompetent. But then again, Lori Vallow is also manipulative and she's egotistical and she's controlling. And she just straight up played them damn men doctors and made them think that she was crazy. And she went to the state hospital for, I believe it was 9 or 10 months until they finally found her competent to stand trial. Right. He's very highly educated. He literally just graduated in June of this year, just a few months ago. He graduated from DeSales University and then left from there and went straight to Washington State University. Like he literally went and committed these murders and then went back to college and just finished out his semester. Went to work, went about his everyday life. Okay. All right, so let me pull up these 2 pictures. All right, so it's not the same side of his head that we needed, but it's still a picture from the side of his head. Ow. Okay, it's an old mafia trick, so you can point your. Okay, he's gonna say it may have been a student of his. You think, Kitty, that he's gonna blame it on someone else? Okay, the pic on the right is aware. Okay, so True Crime and Faith, the one over here on the right, people are thinking that that was him at the vigil. Yeah. He literally, this person here, I honestly think that it's him, but I can't say 100% because you can't see his face, like, straight on in his face, so it's hard to tell if it's him or not. But this dude in the picture on the right, "Hey, Lawnmower Man, how are you?" walked from the left side of the camera and just by himself, he didn't talk to anybody, he casually walked across the field because they had it at, Kibble Stadium. He walked across the field, uh, to the other side of the camera and went out of frame. He never talked to anybody. He walked with his hands in his pocket. He has a very distinctive type walk. It's almost like he's hopping, like he has a limp, but at the same time, his legs, the way he does his left leg is like very weird. Um, but I've never seen him walk like we did that person in the video of the vigil. Hold on one second. Email. Okay, so with this picture, and the one on the left is when he graduated this past June from DeSales University. So put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that this is him. That this for sure is him on the left. This is his graduation. But if you think that this is him that was at the vigil of the 4 kids, put a 1 in the chat. If you think it's not him, put a 2. If you're not sure, put a 3. All right. So White Widow Baby doesn't think that it's him. James is not sure. We're getting a lot of ones, a few twos, some threes. Okay, even the pointy nose matches. I mean, I'm gonna say I think it's him. Bryan R is an 8. I don't know for sure if it's him. Like I said, there's not a picture of him of a face on in the Vigil picture because literally, like I said, he just walks from the left side of the camera. He walks straight across in front of it to the right side of it. He goes out of frame. He doesn't talk to anybody. He doesn't turn around. He just kind of like is walking casually, and he's looking around. He's got his hands in his pocket on his jacket, and it's like he was blending in, with everybody else there. Now, the video of him graduating, you can only see you don't see his legs or how he's walking or anything like that because he's just like his upper part of his body. And, he's got his graduation gown and all that on, so you really can't see how he walks because literally all it shows is he walks up to the guy, uh, grabs his diploma, and then that's the end of the video. It's just a few seconds. But I've never seen a picture of him where he's smiling except for, I believe, his yearbook picture. I'm trying to think, maybe the one on his IG profile before he got, like, really skinny looking. But I think that's the only time that I've ever seen him laughing or smiling. Okay. Let me get back into hairline matches, definitely. Bree is a very sick, disgusting guy. And if y'all remember correctly, Mr. Gonzalez said he thought that the guy more than likely would show up, or whatever his words was, he thought that the guy was going to be there at this vigil. And that is the reason why that they had wanted to wait on Kaylee's funeral, because the police could not guarantee his wife Christy that the person who did this would not show up to the funeral. And it just so happens that the day that this guy's arrested was the day that they had the vigil or the memorial for Kaylee and Maddie. Okay, is there yeah, let me see if I can find it again. Hold on, I gotta remember where I put it at because I had it on a different thing. Who emailed that to me? Somebody emailed it to me. Hold on, let me go to my other email. Give me 1 second. Oh, hold on. Somebody sent me how to watch Idaho suspect's extradition hearing. Who sent this to me? They didn't leave their name in the thing. Okay, so who sent me the email? It was like 2 minutes ago talking about how to watch the extradition hearing or extradition hearing. Who sent me that email? Okay. Lori, was that you that sent the link to me? The WFLA? Okay, Honda Civic. Okay, thank you, Honda Civic. I didn't know it was you. I don't think I've gotten any email from you before, so I didn't know who it was, but thank you for sending that to me. So I will for sure check that out. Okay, hold on. Let me look at my other email real quick. Wait, what am I looking at? Wait, what, oh, baby? It ain't doing nothing. What time is his hearing tomorrow? The extradition hearing. Okay. Okay, so 3 o'clock Eastern time then, right? Okay, so that would be 2 o'clock my time. Okay. If I can get it to work, I'll see if I can stream it. And I'll just go live long enough to stream it. So let's just say 3 o'clock Eastern. So that'll be 2 o'clock my time. All right. Let me find. Give me a second. Paula Rogers. I think it was Simple Butterfly that sent it to me. Yes, here it is right here. 1 second. All right, let me go to. It's the 7. Give me a second, y'all. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to mute for just a second, and then I'm going to pull up the video. Okay, now let me get. Bree, I do too. I would love, love, love to watch that. I just want to sit there. I want to see the expressions on his face when all of this stuff is getting brought up and it proves that he did it. Okay. I gotta find the spot here, y'all, because there's no sense in playing the whole thing. I just gotta find this little spot. Okay, 707. All right, let me pull this up. Of course, only allow certain network who filed in time and granted the motion. Well, hopefully, I would hope News Nation would get in there for the trial in Idaho. I would hope. Okay, what? Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right. Give me just a second, y'all. I'm gonna pull this up. And this is gonna be a dude. He's gonna be walking from the left side of the screen over to the right side. He's gonna be wearing a jacket. As soon as you see this guy walk into camera view, you're gonna know that it's him. Okay, News Nation or Law and Crime. Yes, one of the two. Huda, you have a wonderful night, and thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Okay, I pray no crime sleuths won't do anything stupid to jeopardize this case. I hope not. I mean, literally, they need to leave his parents alone. They need to stay away from his house. Um, don't be calling the jail. You can't visit him. Um, just yeah, they really do need to. See, WFLA will cover it, but he's a jerk about streaming his streams. He has gotten News Nation supposedly. Kitty, which you're talking about JB with WFLA? He's pretty cool dude though. I like him. But I'm hoping that News Nation will get it. And then, yeah, if for some reason I can't stream it because there's a chance that I can get struck for it, then I'm not going to stream it. Because it'll be all over if WFLA is streaming it, if News Nation is going to stream it. Then yeah, I would rather y'all watch it there than me taking a chance on getting a strike. But yeah, don't call the jail. I mean, JLR did that the other day on a video, and he just basically called and asked, like, when is this when it's Bryan Kohberger's visitation, and the lady said that he was in quarantine for 7 days, so he couldn't have any visitors or anything like that. So there's no point in calling the jail. You're not gonna get to talk to the guy. You can't leave your phone number for the guy to call you back, and you can't go see him because he's in quarantine for 7 days. By the time 7 days is up, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be back in Idaho anyway. So, it's just, dad and his parents, just we don't know if his parents knew anything. Yeah, crime crazy, that's all he was doing. Alright, so let's go ahead and play this. Okay, so there he goes, walking across. He almost walks do y'all notice how he's walking? It's almost like he's got like, his hips are messed up or something. Hold on, let me back it up a little bit, and I'm gonna slow it down too, y'all. 7:02, give me a second, I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. And just watch how he walks. It looks like there's something wrong with his hips. And I've got it slowed down as slow as it can. Can you yes, true crime of faith, I can. Alright. I think it's at, like, the 7-minute, 18-second mark, I believe, so we're at 7:07 right now. So it'll be a few minutes or a few seconds, I mean. Kitty, I don't know if he's wearing gloves because he's got his hands in his pocket. Alright, so he should be coming up. And just as he's walking across, y'all just pay attention to his legs and his hips, the way he's walking, like, very funny. Alright, so he's gonna be after this dude right here. Alright, there he goes right here. See, he's got his hands in his pockets. He doesn't talk to anybody, doesn't really look at anybody, just kinda scans the room as he's walking across here. Okay, can y'all see him? I see he just casually walks across here and walks out of the frame, and then I don't know where he goes from there. Let's see if it's him, maybe he wasn't it said, though, that they had metal detectors at the Vigil? Do y'all notice, though, how he's walking? He has a limp, but it's like he's stiff in his hips. Almost like he's had a hip injury or his body is sore or something, but it looks like he's, uh, I don't know, it's just like like his upper legs from his knees up into his hips are like they're stiff. Okay, maybe the victims stabbed his hips. The Vigil was November the 30th, I believe it was. Play it at normal again? Okay, 1 second, let me hit it back on normal. Okay, and then let me back it up just a little bit. Oh shit, that's too far. Alright, so back it up, and we're just gonna play it normal. Okay, you remember there'll be a bald dude that comes around through here, and then right after the bald-headed dude, then it'll be that dude. Let me see if I can enlarge it any. That's as big as I can get it, 9mm. Okay, so well, shit, hold on, let me back it up for a second, because there he went right there. Oh, true crime and faith, I do too. I hope Ethan whooped his ass good. Alright, now watch how he's walking. He's right here. Oh, shit. Let me get up above him right here. America First is November the 30th. See, maybe he fell down steps or balcony. I don't know what happened to him, but honestly, I hope one of them just straight whooped his ass. Honestly. I don't care which one, just I hope one of them did it. I hope it does, Jingle Balls. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, Laura, his nose did. I'm hoping that Ethan popped him in his nose too. Cause I mean, it just this dude here, this Bryan dude, he's 6 foot tall. I'm 5'7". Kaylee, Maddie, and Zena were all, I'm sure, shorter than me. Okay, honestly, even if they had no chance against a guy like that. I mean, they could have fought him back, yeah. But Ethan was, I'm sure, over 6 foot tall too. Ethan was a big boy. He wasn't tall and lanky and skinny. Ethan was tall and not, I'm not gonna say, I don't think he would be even considered like, he was just a big boy, like bigger than this dude. So I'm sure Ethan probably fought him back and whooped his ass. Right? I hope so anyway. Let me see if I can find the graduation video. I don't know if I have it. Why is this not? I need to exit the hell. Okay, let's see if I can find the graduation picture. Let's see. Yeah, Ethan would have been considered stocky built, yes. All right, let's see here. This is the graduation video. Let me make sure it doesn't have any. This dude, oh yeah, oh, he never, like the look on his face is just, he's just, he always has that dead look on everything that I've seen him on. It's always a dead look. And Xana could have broken his nose. Yeah, I mean, her dad says she had defensive wounds. I mean, she could have fought him, and maybe him and Ethan were fighting, and she got up and fought him too, and could have hit him or something like that. All right, let's just give it a second to come up. All right.
Bryan Kohberger.
Okay, so when he was walking across there, did it look like he had a limp? So if it doesn't stop. Now, Millimeter, I was actually going to talk to you about that tonight. I was going to do that at the end of the live. But yeah, he needs to quit walking into walls. All right, I'm going to play this on slow-mo. Give me 1 second. Because I want to see how this boy's walking on here. Because when he was walking right there, if that's him at the Vigil, this boy on here is not walking like he was at that Vigil. Okay, let's watch it. Because I mostly want to watch after he gets his diploma and then walks across the stage.
Bryan Kohberger.
Does it look like to y'all like he's limping as he's walking there? Yeah, that's what I was saying, Huda. Everything that I've ever seen him in, pictures, except for maybe 1 or 2, he's got that look on his face like that. See, I had to mute that before he finished creasing out. I'm sorry, Mom Bear. That's because I had it on slow-mo. But his stare, it's always this blank, dead stare. So it looks like the same gait? Okay. I wish there was another video, though, somewhere of him where he's actually walking away from the camera, where you can see his legs, how his legs look as he's walking. Alright, 1 second. Okay, he has a long gait and both. Yeah, I mean, he's like 6 foot tall, so, I mean, he's probably, he's probably got a wide step, but it's just the way his hips look, like, they looked weird looking when he was walking. It's just, I don't know, he just, that the look that he gives people, he has a very blank, lost look in his eyes. Killer allegedly didn't sustain any injuries. Jeanette, no, they haven't said anything about having an ex-girlfriend, no wife, no fiance, unless he did, and there's just no, nobody's come out and said that, yeah, I'm his ex-girlfriend. I mean, I wouldn't do that if I had dated somebody that was a killer. Um, the only girl that I've heard that has spoken about him is the Casey girl that was friends with him back in high school, but, I mean, even with her, she hasn't spoken to him in, like, 5 years, and now all of a sudden he does this, and it comes out that he had been arrested for it. Now she's just, like, all over TikTok and all over, doing all these different interviews and all this and that. I'm a Lawnmower Man, not that I've heard about that either. I mean, he could be considered an incel. It see, I don't think he would have admitted to an injury if that's him on Reddit. Yeah, he probably wouldn't, because then that's, like, a huge red flag. Okay, so one girl he knows and was in a pic with him. So now Millimeter, is that the girl that was in the pic with him with the guy that was in the military uniform? I believe it was, like, a wedding picture. Hey, Cassie Roku, how are you? Oh, man, he spoke badly. Oh, Sama, yes, that is true. I forgot about that. That somebody had said that he had made some remarks about the LGBTIQ community, and that a lot of the people in his class and at school at WSU had an issue with that. Oh, Winston, you think he was voluntarily celibate? I don't know. Maybe, I mean, that could be true too, but, they said that the girls hadn't been essayed or anything like that. Um, so I don't know. Maybe he didn't do it to do something like that to him. Baby Boop, you have a wonderful night, honey, and thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. And I mean, Troll had put it on the Ted Bundy thing last night, and I fell asleep listening to it. I think I made it 5 minutes into it, and I was out, so I need to go back and watch it too. Oh, and I also went because I told you every morning when I wake up, the very first thing that I do is I go to Moscow's police department website. Well, it seems like that Moscow Police Department has now changed up their website. They no longer have, let me go down. Oh, wait. Yes, they do. Well, Sifa, when I was talking to you earlier, remember I told you that they changed their website. When I looked at it today, they did not have the King Road homicide uh, tab on there anymore, and they didn't have their daily activity log on there anymore. And now they do, but they have not posted anything on the daily activity log since December the 30th. And let me just look real quick on the King Road homicides. Oh yeah, Sifa, it's on there now. Both of them are. It's like their website is back to normal now. Where earlier today when I looked at it, it was like it looked the same, but it didn't have as many tabs or links on the side. And they haven't posted any type of news releases since the 30th when they announced that there was an arrest. Let's see, Mom Bear says, I think any person who spends all day and night on Reddit is voluntary celibate. True Crime and Faith. No, he has two sisters. What was his sister's name? Melissa. Is it Melissa? Yes, Melissa and Amanda is his two sisters. But that's weird though that the Moscow Police Department website went back to what it normally looked like. Where today, I mean, I should have took a screenshot of it. It looked like half of the things on the side of it was not on there. Okay. We're all BK experts. No, I'm just gonna say this, Joe. If he committed the murders, and I'm only saying if right now because he's only been charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. But when he gets to Idaho and he goes to court and he's found guilty on all 4 of these murder charges, and he is handed down, hopefully, a death sentence, I hope they fry his ass, honestly. They took it out the newspaper too. All right, Honda Civic, you have a wonderful night. I'm gonna be right behind you here in a few minutes. I still haven't even washed my son's work clothes, y'all, and it's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning. See, did you see the TikTok guy, family member of law enforcement, made a video on TikTok saying, F off, I'm innocent until proven guilty, and another one, no, I didn't see that, Cassie. Okay, as a dad who picked him up, stepfather, bio dad. Eliam, it was his bio dad, and the bio dad actually flew out to Washington, and then from Washington, they drove back together in the white Elantra. Oh. Yeah, True Crime and Faith, there was somehow a rumor got started that one of the sisters was a next door neighbor to where the house is that the murders happened in, and there's no record of either one of his sisters living anywhere in Idaho. Okay, thank you, Cassie. The trip was like 4 days, like 2,500 miles. And good night, Honda Civic. And thank you for sending me that link. I'm gonna check that out here in a few minutes. You're welcome, Daisy. I hate it too. That's why I didn't even want to show that receipt that was, from wherever it was they got their car serviced at because just the name, the Michael Kohberger name on it didn't look right. Oh, and you know, both of his sisters are also counselors. Okay, I'm sorry, but every guy is an incel according to every girl with daddy issues. Yes, his sisters do look like him. I'm doing my son's laundry tonight as well. I'm helping him tonight. Yeah, Blue Ocean, my son didn't get off work until 10 o'clock, and I was like, I gotta go live at 11. So I'm just gonna have to wash your clothes later on. I always wash his clothes. I mean, he knows how, but I always do it because he uses too much damn laundry detergent. So I told him I would just do it, and so I'll have to sit up and until I get them dried. Okay, that's the dad or the uncle. Michael Kohberger is Brian's dad, his bio dad. Okay, I don't mean to accuse him, but man, sure wish he would have just gotten the help he needed. But is there any help? I mean, Daisy, it was like he was, it's seriously like he is obsessed with SKs. It's, he asked the question, well, has anyone else gotten arrested? Which is what they're saying John Wayne Gacy asked when he was arrested. There's uh, Ted Bundy. He didn't go to WSU. He went to University of Washington, I believe is the one I saw he went to. But it's almost like he's trying to mimic or do almost like a copycat. Like he's taken all of these SKs and he's putting them into one and taking a little bit from each one of them. Let's see, better than no detergent. That is true, Kitty. It's just he uses so much detergent. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous. And that shit's not cheap. I mean, the professor that he studied under has a close relationship with a BTK killer. She even wrote his autobiography. Um, he very easily could have had contact with a BTK killer, and that man could have influenced him in certain things. Blue Ocean, I do if they didn't know anything. But if they knew about it, then yeah, I can't feel sorry for them, especially with what he done. Now, like I said, if they don't know anything about it and police, running up on their house at 3 o'clock in the morning and they had no idea what was going on, then yeah, I feel bad for them. All right, Daisy, you have a good night, honey. Um, Now BTK killer's daughter, I feel bad for her. Just imagine being the child of an SK. Right, 9 millimeter, and they try to probably chase that high, and they just keep chasing it and keep chasing it, and they never catch it again. It's never a high like that first high. Right, Winston, just I couldn't imagine growing up, you know what I'm saying, in my one of my parents being an SK. Laura, you have a good night, honey, and thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Um, and my parent being an SK. Just imagine how she felt growing up. People know that her dad was like that and he was in prison and he'd killed people and going to school, and I'm sure that that poor girl was bullied and everything else. Let's see, OCD people get obsessed easily. I they say he's OCD, but I think the way they explained it, his OCD was more with food, but it could have been with anything. Okay, I'm going for real, but I didn't realize 11/22 was Manson's. Oh, 11/12. Yeah. What am I looking for? Oh, Cassie's. B, you have a good night. I'm about to head out here in just a few minutes. I just want to make sure I did get Cassie's uh, email. And yes, Sandra, it was like it was like a bounce, but it might have been a limp. And I don't know if he's had any type of injuries. I think some people were saying that he was into kickboxing. Like kickboxing was like a part of him, uh, a thing that he did when he was losing weight. So he could have, did kickboxing and then kept his body in shape and all that. And he might have gotten hurt when he was into that. But it just looked like he has some kind of injury or something going on with his hips. Okay, incels have online groups is 1,000% made up by women who hate men. I don't know. I have heard that there are groups with incels in them, but I don't know any more than that. Pretty sure Gacy asked the police to call the others. I think Bryan was concerned for his parents. Must have got lost. I was thinking about that too because of the fact of him being called at their house. I wonder if that's what he was asking for. Because they said that once the police arrested him and he was back at, I guess, at the police department and was talking to the officer, that he asked if anyone else had been arrested. So, yeah, he probably could have been talking about his parents and asking if anybody from his house had gotten arrested. Oh, no, I did not play that. Hold on. I completely forgot, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me go to YouTube real quick. And I'll play it before I get out of here. Okay, what was the name of the movie? 2 days back? Okay, does this trailer have any type of music in it? Let me play it real quick before I pull it up. Okay, so is the name of the channel that's got it Mont Alto Film Project? Is that it? It's called 2 Days Back Trailer. I don't wanna play it because it has music in it, but I will drop the link in the chat. Hold on, let me grab it. He was doing Tabo. Alright, hold on one second. Let me make sure that this is. Oh my god, I can tell you that this is some creepy shit. Imma drop the link in the chat, y'all. Y'all can go watch it if y'all want to. I don't wanna play it in here because it's got music and all that in it. Wait, is it called 2 Steps Back or 2 Days Back? 'Cause I wrote down 2 Days Back. And it's his sister's Brian's sister Amanda's slasher movie. Okay, they don't have a 10 subscribers or 11. And they've been out since 2010. Okay, 2 days back. Okay, so that's the one I found. And I just posted the link to it. So if anybody wants to go check it out, y'all can. It was posted 12 years ago. Words incels are made up concept by women with pink hair. Amityville Horror House murders happened on November the 13th, and address was 112 on November 22 was 1122. Oh, damn, that's crazy, Simple Butterfly. See, I don't know a whole lot about it either. I mean, I've heard about the Amityville Horror, but didn't know the dates or nothing like that. That is weird. All right, y'all. Well, I'm about to get out of here. I need to go, like I said, wash my son's clothes. Lady V, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. I'm right behind you. I hope you have a wonderful night. So like I said, I dropped the link in the chat for the 2 days back. It's supposed to be one of Bryan Kohberger's sister. Her name's Amanda. It's supposed to be her slasher movie. If y'all want to go check it out, y'all are more than welcome to. I'm not going to play it because it's got music in it. But y'all can go check it out. I'll probably watch it here in a few minutes. Okay. All right. Okay, y'all. Well, I'm about to end it here. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see y'all tomorrow.